The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing.
It's time for Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Mason Riggs, toss right side. He's got a good time in Texas. Handoff left side Griffin. He's got the 45. He's got the 40. Dragging him into the 38-yard line.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Kiri's Coffee Company.
Zach Hudson, you are a gambling maniac.
Howe Bulldog football is also brought to you in part by Tech Wave, Buck Snort Barbecue, Abby's Restaurant, Attorney Micah Belden, and the Howe Athletic Booster Club.
So fourth down and Riverboat Gambler time at the 2-yard line. The Bulldog fans are on their feet. Both sides at full throat. 4th and 2. Bills over a defender into the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Now let's go live to the with Monty Walker and Michael Mosier.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bearcat Stadium. It is very cold tonight. It is we are outdoors. Not that anybody probably really cares about that, but it is going to be a little bit chilly for us, as anybody in the stands can't really gripe about that because, hey, they're in the stands and they deal with it every week.
Right.
We are upstairs on top of the press box in our little ninja suits, ski masks, and I tell you what, it's going to be a great game tonight. Though I'm anxious to see how the Bulldogs respond from the game a week ago against Van Alstyne. The offense started looking pretty good, and the first series, Howe went back to two backs in the backfield and started driving the ball straight down the field. Up a little bit short on their first drive with no points after a first and goal from the 10, but hey, there were signs of life and they scored 27 points, and I think offensively people feel a lot better about the Howe Bulldogs. It's the defensive side of the ball that Howe's going to have to start mustering up and putting a stop on some people.
Yeah, they're struggling a lot on defense. That across the middle pass last week just wore us out. But it'll get there. Can't wait too much longer for it to get there, but it'll get there.
The Whitesboro Bearcats tonight. We are at Bearcat Stadium, and they are decked out in blue, very much like the Howe Bulldogs have been for the past several weeks, in honor of Tate Harvey. It's Whitesboro who is doing kind of the same thing. One of their classmates has leukemia, and her favorite color is blue, and they're kind of doing the same thing. They have all the coaches had blue shirts on. A lot of the students had blue shirts on. They had blue flags outside the stadium along the road there along Main Street, and or Bearcat Drive, I guess that is. And they're kind of doing the same thing, rallying around the students. So it's great to see, schools doing this for their students and their friends and their classmates, and it's just great to see. And we hope both of those individuals have a quick recovery. And we know Tate Harvey made an appearance at school last week, and that was good. That I guess it was yesterday he showed up for a little bit at school, and I know a lot of people were glad to see him.
Yeah, I'm glad he's home. It's you just the drive, but I'm glad he's home. He's back in his environment, and that'll help with the healing process as well.
It's a very taxing situation for the Harvey family. And a week ago, Ty Harvey, the outstanding wide receiver for the Howe Bulldogs, left the game in the Battle of the Silver Spike in the south corner of the end zone with an injury, and it turned out to be a bruised patella, not a torn ACL or anything like that we were concerned about for the moment, and that was good news. And Ty Harvey will play tonight.
Yeah, that was great news for him, because when he left that field the other night, he was wasn't getting along too well.
Well, I got a text here from Derek Lands as he is trying to pick it up. Inside the stadium, it's 104.1 if you have your headphones. If you're out there in the cars and waiting on the game, if you're listening on your phone, HoweEnterprise.com, obviously. And if you tune it over to the radio station, 104.1 FM, you can hear it over there. It only is good for around this area, though, only around the stadium. Not a far traveling signal, but on the field, listening to that signal is our sideline extraordinaire, Justin White. Justin, talk to us. What's going on down there?
Guys, we've gone about, can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
We've gone about 7, maybe 8 weeks here, or I guess the whole season up until now, having, pretty good temperatures at game time. I think our lowest of the season.
I think I know where you're going here.
Our lowest temperature we ever got to was about 67. And then tonight we're at about 45 approaching game time. Feels like 40 with wind chill. I'm kind of funny about it is for these past this whole season, every game you guys have been in the press box. Right. And the one game when it's in the 40s, they put you up on the roof.
Yeah, they didn't like us tonight.
And so I guess misery loves company, so we'll all endure the elements together here. But yeah, it's about 45 degrees right now. Should get down to by the end of the game. Got about a 5 to maybe 7, 8 mile an hour wind. I believe that's going south. The field is our first road game of the season with just the natural grass. All the other road games we've had have been on the field turf. So this is just kind of like Bulldog Stadium. And as far as the field condition, pretty much the same. Pretty good along the numbers and on the outside. Then as you get into the in between the hashes, it gets a little bit worn down, especially there at midfield. But I think the biggest factor, obviously, tonight is going to be the weather with the kicking game, as well as could affect the passing game as well.
Yeah, you're right. And if we have any interruptions from Justin tonight, it could be the fact that he's so far away. Now, when we go to road games, Howe is on the opposite side of the field, and Justin is usually over there with our team, which means he's way across the field. Now, we are a long way from Justin. So if the mic cuts out a little bit, it sounded pretty good there, but if it cuts out, that's the reason, is because Justin is so far away from us. But what helps, perhaps, is that we're outdoors. What isn't so fun is that we're outdoors.
Yeah, we like outdoor games, but not outdoor games when it's this cold.
Hey, we've done some games outdoors where it was really nice. I mean, some of them were really hot. We did a game over in Munster a few years back, and it was really warm. And but we've done some games that have been really nice too. This one is not so nice. It is kind of chilly out here. The Howe fans are starting to show up. The band is in the stands, but the Howe fans I think a lot of them are sitting in their cars. They're probably listening to on their phones, and perhaps 104.1 FM inside the parking lot there, but they have not yet been able to brave the weather to come out here and sit in those cold metal bleachers just yet until they'll probably show up when game time starts.
Yeah, I have heard all week long. I was telling my wife that we were going to be on top, and she went boo-hoo. I've been in the bleachers all year long.
Yeah, nobody has much sympathy for us.
Yeah, they don't. It's hard on us old guys. It's cold up here.
That's when the arthritis starts to kick in right here.
Absolutely.
That's the truth. You may have to help me down, Justin.
That ladder, I tell you what, that ladder is can be tricky if you're not used to getting up and down the ladder there inside the press box.
No question, especially with a guy with an artificial knee. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we've got some festivities tonight during the pregame, and some of them are for the young lady who has leukemia. They're going to do a special honorary reception for her, and but until then, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back right after this.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a Bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law, Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit at ShermanCriminalLawyer.com.
Hey, this is Monty Walker. Nothing in this town is a secret for long, but I've got one for you. I know you know all about Abby's Restaurant's big-time chicken fried steak, but this old bulldog can't get enough of their patty melt and grilled chicken patty melt. Just don't tell him where you heard it. Hey, it's a secret between you and me. Abby's Restaurant is Howe's own small-town, small business, family-owned restaurant in the historic downtown district.
Don't tell anybody about their patty melts, because I want one.
When life is at its most difficult, we surround ourselves with people who are kind, compassionate, and understanding. At Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory, Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are those people. When tragedy hits, they will work for you and take care of what needs to be done for your loved ones. For more information about their services, visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call them at 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Their loving staff will take care of you and your loved one.
Welcome back here at Bearcat Stadium. It's Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Justin White. Stephen Braswell has the night off again. Too cold for Mr. Braswell. I shouldn't say that. He's got family around, and he was going to meet me and drive over here and then go see some of his family in Denison. But I said, hey, you're not going to like it up here. Why don't you just go see your family?
Right. We may neither one like it. We may both have to have help down from here after a while.
Yeah, Coach Lands, got a text from him a moment ago. He said he is staying indoors tonight. And,
yeah, our listenership may be up today here because a lot of people probably, if they're not able to come to the game, are able to listen in. So,
boy, no question. I tell you what, it's going to be a chilly one tonight, but it'll be fun. You know what? Hey, when I loved playing in cold football games, because when you had the long sleeve there's one thing you knew: the game was important, and that's fun. Anytime you have a cold weather game, you know it's one of those for the marbles, and anytime you have a cold football game, it brings back great memories. And I know these kids haven't experienced yet. Some of them haven't experienced cold football games at all, the ones that are new to varsity. But the ones that have been here for a while, it kind of reminds you of some playoff games and that atmosphere, and that brings back great memories. And it might give you just a little bit of a boost, on the field for that kind of thing. So let's go over the starting. We don't have a senior spotlight this week. We apologize, but we'll double up next week. Andrew Griffin there was a great article about him in the Van Alstyne Leader. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, please do. Andrew, an outstanding young man. But let's go over the starting lineup for the Howe Bulldogs. On offense, the wide receiver is Ty Harvey. He's got 20 catches on the year for 308 yards and 2 touchdowns. The left tackle is Jacob Howe, the junior, 6'5", 225. The left guard, Parker Blunt, junior, 6'1", and 220. The center tonight, and as always, is Clay Marshall, senior, 6'1", 295 pounds. And the right guard, Chris Garrison, 5'10", 235 pounds. And the right tackle, Devin Porter, junior, 6'3", 220. He was a tight end at the beginning of the season and quickly converted to right tackle after some changes from the wing tee to more of an open offense. The wide receiver on the opposite side of Ty Harvey is Mason Riggs. He's got 2 catches for 14 yards. However, he has 4 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Chase Harder back, and he has been for a few weeks now, 16 out of 35, 298 yards passing, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. And both of those interceptions were late in the game at the very end, within the last 2 minutes of the game, just trying to make something happen. The fullback, Andrew Griffin, the leading rusher for Howe, 124 carries, 640 yards. That's over 5 yards per carry on the ground, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, his longest of the year, the 89-yarder. Dylan Moreau, you'll see him at fullback at times, 19 carries, 45 yards. Austin Lee, 14 carries and 80 yards. A big week last week with 5 carries for 25. One of the backfield members with Andrew Griffin will be Mikey Heimel, 7 carries for 14 yards, or 54 yards rather. That's over 7 yards a carry. Heimel is very quick. Winston Moss also back there will run that reverse at times, 3 carries 6 yards. Moss coming off an ACL injury a year ago, trying to work his way back, as well as Andrew Griffin, both backs back there coming off ACL injuries. So, Michael, it's turning on over to you for the Whitesboro defense.
All right, going to have Andrew Fletcher, Andrew Reedy, Riley Dixon, Stephen Fullman.
Sure.
Okay. Noah Robinson, Nolan Frith, Weston Hickman, Bradley Klinger, Noah Greason, Cade Acker, and Tristan Gaines.
So let's go over the Howe defense. The right defensive end, Chase Harvey, senior, 6'1", 240 pounds. The left defensive end, Cameron Blesseye, 6'1", 225 junior. The right defensive tackle is Chris Garrison, 5'10", 235 junior. The left defensive tackle, Dyson Dillard, a junior, 5'11", and 220. The inside linebackers, Andrew Griffin, 5'11", 210 senior. And the other backers would be Dylan Moreau, a senior, 5'7", 185. Dylan Moreau, he might be 5'7", but he plays like he's 6'7". And he's only 185, but he plays like he's about 240. Another linebacker, Winston Moss, senior, 6 foot 190. And there's the horn.
Hello.
And the cornerback, Chase Barnett, senior, 5'8", 150. And safety, Mason Riggs, 6'1", 185. Free safety, Ty Harvey, 6'6", 210. And to tell you what, Coach Zach Hudson was talking about Chase Barnett. We were talking a bit, and he said, man, if I could put that heart that Chase has into somebody's body that's 6'6", 250, that would be unstoppable. And
I'll probably have to agree with that.
Zach Hudson commending Chase Barnett on his outstanding effort and heart. And, it's one of those things that you can't coach and you can't teach, and, either a kid has it or he doesn't. And unfortunately for Chase, he's not the biggest kid out there, but he plays so much bigger than he is. And we talked about Dylan Moreau being the same type of player. On the Whitesboro Bearcats side of the ball, they are coached by Eddie Gill. They're 4-3 and 1-1 overall in district play. So far in the year, they've scored 131, which isn't a whole lot, and they've given up 214, which surprisingly is a lot. And their average game is a loss with a score of 31-19, but not everything averages out like that with points for and points against, because obviously they have a winning record at 4-3. They were 5-7 a year ago, 3-2 in district, and were knocked out of the playoffs by Mineola, as Howe fans are aware of and familiar with. So knocked out by Mineola.
Here come your Whitesboro Bearcats.
And here are the Whitesboro Bearcats making their way on the field, carrying the blue flags, not for Tate Harvey, but for a student and a classmate of theirs who has leukemia, and we'll try to catch the name of that here later on. But the Bearcats make their way on. The Bulldogs still doing the stretching, and the tunnel is still being blown up for the Howe Bulldogs in that north end zone. This field runs north and south, and the Bulldogs right now in that north end zone doing the stretching, wearing white jerseys, black pants, and black helmets. And Michael, did we give you the starting Whitesboro offense?
No, we didn't.
Well, let's do that.
Okay, let's do that. Noah Greason, wide receiver. Slot back Lucas Lloyd, wide receiver Klinger, left tackle Tanner Young, left guard Wack, center Colt Wolf, right guard Dylan Power, which used to be a Howe young man, right tackle Isaac Hernandez, quarterback Scout Sanders, and running back Brooke Barker.
You talked about Dylan Power. He is a senior, an offensive lineman, and a very, very large young man. He takes up a lot of space. Here come your Howe Bulldogs on the far side. And now we'll have, I believe, the prayer, national anthem, and then we have a ceremony for the young lady, and we'll let you listen to this.
I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's done the Paint the Town Blue today. Really impressed with the turnout that we had for the Paint the Town Blue for Everly Brave Night tonight. We appreciate all the help, all the effort. I'm going to tell you exactly kind of what's going to happen. We're going to say a prayer here in a few minutes, and after that's done, we're going to have some of our leadership from Whitesboro football team pass through the aisles along with some of our volunteer fire department guys. As you know, Everly is a 2-year-old young lady who has 4 older brothers. And right now, the only struggle that she should be going through is trying to figure out how to put up with 4 older brothers. Everly has been diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia and is presently in the hospital. We believe with all of our heart that she will join us very soon. We also want to take this time to recognize that we're not the only ones that are going through difficult situations. Visiting with Coach Hudson and some of the Howe faithful, we want to lift up Tate Harvey, another one of theirs, younger brother of Ty, older sister playing basketball at Stephen F. Austin. We will definitely have him in our prayers also. You know, the Bible tells us that there's specific ways that we can help. In the representation of the example that Jesus gave with the Good Samaritan, he did what he could. He clothed him, he fed him, he helped him. When he could do no more, he gave money to the ones who could. And so that's what we're going to do tonight for the Everly Brave Night tonight. I pray that you would join with me in prayer right now. Lord God in heaven, we love you. Honor and glory be to you. You alone are worthy of praise. Father, we thank you for this lovely night tonight. I pray that you would bless these 2 good teams, that you'd guard and protect them as they go through this evening, that you'd take care of the band, the cheerleaders, that you would have your protection around them, that you would see to it that all the fans, both from Howe and Whitesboro, leave this place and in great comfort and peace, knowing that you're with them. Father, right now we just lift up Everly Ledbetter. We lift up Tate Harvey. We also lift up Preslin Hudman right now, dear Father. All three of those young people are going through a hard time. Father, too many times we don't understand, but ours is not to ask why, but to be obedient to your word. And your words say that we should help, that we should love our neighbor, that we should love each other. And then we also thank you that after helping and doing what we can with our time and our monies, that we are to pray, and that we get to pray to a God who is almighty, that his own people, the Hebrew people, called him Jehovah Rapha, the God that heals, and that you call yourself, Father God, the great physician. So we declare these words over these 3 young people in faith, believing, knowing that you are faithful to your word. We love you so. We thank you that you love us and that you want good for us and not bad. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Outstanding moment here at Bearcat Stadium here in Whitesboro. A nice prayer. We have some players going through the stands for the young lady, Evelyn Ledbetter, and they are doing so. The firefighters are going through the stands as well as players, and what a moment. You never see this kind of thing go on in high school football. This is what I tell you what. This is the essence of Texas school small town football at its finest right here. Both communities coming together, and it's quite a sight to see here at Whitesboro, Texas.
It's awesome.
The sign is being shown at midfield by, looks like the cheerleaders are holding a sign that says, "Be brave, Evelyn, be brave." And they have not only the blue shirts, they're light blue. They're not the Tate Harvey dark blue, but they're the light blue. And they have the pink ribbon as the I in Evelyn. So just a great moment here. And Justin, I know Justin's down on the sidelines, and it's a great moment for the stands and for the people. What does this do for a football team down there?
I think it kind of brings them together. The Harveys you guys talked about. There's a lot of them down here. You talk about small town football. Everybody's kind of together. Everybody knows everybody in these type of situations, and I think down here on the field, I think it's the same way as far as just family. They're all stuck together. They stick together, and they're obviously playing for Tate, and they have Ty on the team as well, and Chase, and so it's just one big extended family, and I think they're playing for each other and rooting for each other.
Well, what we couldn't see there is on the backside, the cheerleaders of Whitesboro had a sign facing Howe that said "Pray for Tate." So. What a great moment and such class. And Michael Mojer, you were talking about the band, and Whitesboro made a gracious offer.
They did. Whitesboro's band director, and I wrote his name down here, Jim Good. He called Miss Liss earlier in the week, and he's offered to feed our kids, our band members, at the third quarter of tonight's game. Both bands have a huge band competition tomorrow in Denton. Howe will perform at 4 o'clock. It's the area competition, and then they'll go from there.
Well, the captains have made their way on the field, and we'll, of course, have the coin toss. Justin White will be down there to do that.
Guys, Howe is the home team. The visitors tonight, you'll get to call a coin toss. We got our officials coin. The state of Texas will be heads.
It's like Clay Marshall down there along with Andrew Griffin, Ty Harvey.
I think it is Chase Harvey on
the
Chase
Harvey.
Tail. Choice. Tails. What did he say?
Clay Marshall called tails.
What is it? Al, what is your choice?
It was tails.
Al will defer.
Hal's won the toss and has elected to defer. And Whitesboro will receive the football. They're going to receive, and they're going to put their backs, I would imagine, to the north end zone. Let's see. They want the back. Yep, I knew it. They would want the ball, the wind at their back in the first quarter, and that's what's going to happen. The wind is coming out of the north a little bit.
They want to defend the road, as they said. I guess because the road's behind us, so defend the road.
Defend the road.
That's
all right.
How put it. I like that.
I like that. So the Howe Bulldogs will start this game kicking off to Whitesboro, who will be moving left to right. And I would imagine it would be Harvey will be doing the kicking here. But before that, we've got the national anthem. There's been so much going on, we haven't even done the national anthem yet. So there's still a lot of talking going on from the PA announcer, but we're just about ready for the national anthem. Go ahead.
There's Brayley right here. Brayley, the little girl they just did the deal for, is right down here in front of us.
How about that? it's football time in Texas. Very cool weather tonight. And one way you can look at these teams and tell the difference on the schools, Whitesboro, their football team had one hand on each other right in front of the guy in front of him, and they took up about 25 yards of players. You look across the field with Howe, they were doing the exact same thing and took up 15 yards of players. There's a big difference in rosters. There's a big difference in school enrollment. And when Howe, and that's coming up again, the enrollment period. And Howe has always been, or at least here lately has been, it's hard when you're the lowest enrollment in Division I playing these schools in your district that are some of the highest enrollments in Gunner so much. But, all these schools, not Gunner at all, they're in Division II. But Whitesboro, Pottsboro, Van Alstyne, there's a lot more kids in those high schools than are in Howe. And this is going to be Hunter Cheatham to kick this one away. It's going to be a bounce at the 27-yard line, be picked up at the 25, knocked down very quickly. And Whitesboro, my goodness, my hands are frozen.
Mikey Heimel and Cameron Blesseye made the stop for the Bulldogs.
Money, it's probably about 7 to 8, maybe 10 the most players with long sleeves for the Bulldogs. Most of the team are in short sleeves.
You're kidding.
Here this evening, so
Braving
I don't know how you do that.
But yeah, they're showing they're manly men, I guess. My pen is frozen.
Your pen is frozen. Well, unfreeze it.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for Whitesboro. Left to right at their own 27-yard line. And this is going to be a pass out right side, incomplete. And that was the quarterback, Sanders, trying to hit the near side receiver, which is Cade Acker. It falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Great coverage by Mason Riggs.
So a lot of beef up front for Whitesboro. And the Bulldogs with 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and shotgun for Sanders again. 2nd down and 10, just underway, left to right, over across the middle. It's going to be caught right at the 1st down marker. Maybe just shy of the 1st down. And I have to check. It's hard, we are pretty far away here. They have those gold numbers on those maroon uniforms. It's a bit hard to see, but that catch was made by Tristan Gaines, the sophomore. And it'll be just short of the 1st down. 3rd and 1 coming up. And this will be a blocked pass. It's tipped away. They're going to rule it incomplete. Winston Moss around the left edge just knocked it away, and he was not going to say, well, it may not be a lateral. I'll just pick it up and go. So, but the officials did blow it dead. So it'll be 4th down and 1 now for Whitesboro at their own 36-yard line. And if Howe has a stop here, that's pretty good. No indications of a punt just yet. 2 receivers out to the far side on 4th and 1. They're going to go for it here. And this is going to be a handoff. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And Howe may have turned Whitesboro away at their own 37-yard line.
Met hard by Cameron Blesseye.
I don't think he got that.
Well, now the officials are signaling 1st down.
They are saying that. Okay.
They got a left-footed spot right there.
They did.
They gave him a very good spot for that one. I really didn't think he got it. I think it was at the line.
It was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. A gracious spot, and it's 1st and 10 for Whitesboro. Moving left to right, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. 1 man in the backfield stands right beside Sanders. Now a man comes in motion, and they try to hand to him, but whistles blow before this one can get underway. The man in motion coming across was Brent Riddle, the senior wide receiver, and he was going to get the handoff coming from left to right, but false start against Whitesboro will push it back 5.
It looks like Devin Porter may have checked out, and Devin Porter checked out. Clay Marshall checked in at nose guard.
So ball now spotted at the 32-yard line. Whitesboro in their all maroon jerseys, maroon pants, maroon tops, maroon helmets, and gold numerals. Curly Q numerals, not block letters. And here is Sanders. Fakes left, fakes right, setting up the screen. It's going to be caught and brought down immediately. Maybe a gain of 6 or 7 will set up a 2nd down and very long. A nice play on the far side. Andrew Griffin was there.
Andrew Griffin and J.C. Heppenstall in on the stop.
39-yard line.
Ball spotted at about the 39, so a 7-yard gain. I need another pin. This one froze.
Chase Harvey checked in and J.C. Heppenstall checked out.
2nd down and 8 for Whitesboro. Shotgun formation with 2 backs to either side of Sanders. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. And Sanders is going to fake the hand. He's going to toss it out backside. Great play by Winston Moss in the backfield for a big loss back at the 32-yard line. A loss of about 7.
And great lead blocking by, or lead hit by Cameron Blessow. We got a flag on the field.
They'll spot it at the 33, officially a loss of 6. And 3rd down and long. Let's check the flag, Justin. No flag.
I don't see the flag.
Okay, no
they
flag.
picked it up. There was a flag. The umpire picked it up.
All right, 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 14 here for Whitesboro. Sanders in shotgun, 1 man in the backfield, drops back 3 steps, looking down the field. Now flushed out of the pocket, coming near side, throwing it deep down. It's going to be out of bounds and incomplete. Cade Courtney in coverage at the 43-yard line in Bulldog territory, and it's 4th down, and it will be punt time this time for the Whitesboro Bearcats on 4th and 14 coming up.
Devin Porter checked back in. Clay Marshall checked out.
An absolute fantastic job by the Howe Bulldogs to stop Whitesboro on their first possession and force a punt. Andrew Griffin will stand back at his 33-yard line. Go ahead, Justin.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but aside from the Caddo game, I think that's the first possession that the opponent hasn't scored on the Bulldogs.
That very well may be true. I'd have to go back and check my notes. And the Bearcat will stand back at the 22-yard line, punt this one away. A lot of pressure from the left edge by Blessi, but he gets it away, and here's Andrew Griffin. Makes the catch at the 30, and is going to barrel forward over the 40 up to about the 43-yard line, and Air Sigleski is very happy. Something's going on over there that they love. Air Sigleski is jumping up and down. Howe takes over with 9:07 here in the first quarter. We're just underway, no score.
Great coverage by Whitesboro, but it's going to be hard to do numbers and watch. Stephen, I miss you, buddy. I miss you.
So 1st and 10. Ball's at the 45-yard line of Howe, moving right to left towards that north end zone, looking at the McDonald's sign from high above the press box here. High guard, gain of maybe 3, close to midfield up to the 48-yard line.
Great blocking by Jaron Ing and Clay Marshall.
So Griffin does what Griffin does, and he brings a big load and runs over people right there. Gain of, we'll call it 3. Ball spotted 48, 2nd down, and long coming up. 1 man in the backfield. Griffin again. Harvey rolling out right, wants to pass, looks down the field. Now he's going to tuck it, and he's going to gain maybe 2 up to the midfield, right at the 50. So 3rd and 5 coming up for Howe.
Great blocking downfield by Parker Blunt. He led Harvey to that outside edge.
Well, it was Chase Harvey rolling out right, looking way down the field for Mason Riggs, and he was covered up nicely. So Riggs will come near side here on 3rd and 5 and be split out with Dylan Moreau. Ty Harvey up top, 2 men in the backfield. This is going to be a handoff Griffin, who makes a cut and is going to be slung down short of the 1st down by about a yard. They'll spot him at the 47-yard line, needing a yard and a half for a first on 4th down. We'll see what the Riverboat Gambler does here.
Again, great blocking by Parker Blunt and Devin Porter.
You're in Whitesboro territory.
I think he's going for this.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me a bit to see him go for this. 4th and a yard and a half, 7:35 on the clock in the first. And Howe taking their time, 11 on the play clock. Now they come to the line of scrimmage. Now the 7, 6, still kind of taking their time here. 4,
they try to draw him off sides maybe?
And they'll get the play off. This is going to be Griffin. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Not going to get it. He's turned away, and the Bulldogs are turned away on 4th down. Going to come up just short, maybe about a foot short. And Whitesboro will take over at their own 46-yard line.
Ethan Scoggins for Whitesboro met him at the line of scrimmage.
So now the Bearcats will take over with 7:15 on the clock here in the first, moving left to right. Boy, there was momentum, and you hate to see that. You see momentum, and last week there was so much momentum in the Van Alstyne game, and then turned away with no points, and you just hate to see that if you're a Bulldog fan. And here's Sanders. He's going to run the option. He's met in the backfield.
Hard.
A great play, and that is Blesseye coming along the left edge. They tried to run the option, and Blesseye grabbed both of them. Loss of 2.
Great play by Cameron Blesseye.
Second down and 12 coming up. Under 7 minutes now here in the first quarter. A very chilly, cold October evening in Whitesboro, Texas. 2 receivers up top. I formation, toss left side. And not much doing there, if any, maybe a yard, as the defense really stepping up tonight. Andrew Griffin right there along with others. Third down and long coming up.
Andrew Griffin, Cameron Blesseye tripped him up in the backfield.
Officially a gain of none. Ball still spotted at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 11 coming up.
That's what we like, gain of none.
Gain of none. Mason Riggs, a cornerback on the near side. And Chase Barnett with the heart of a lion up top on the far side. Whitesboro left to right, 3rd down and 11. Howe has played great defense to this point early on. Shotgun formation. Sanders tries to make him jump off, doesn't. Now he's looking down the field. It's going to be fired, and it's going to be caught. First down for Whitesboro at the Howe 41-yard line. And coming across on the catch is going to be Andrew Fletcher, the sophomore running back / slot back. And that'll move the sticks for the Bearcats.
J.C. Heppenstall and Cade Courtney in on the stop.
They'll spot it at the 40-yard line, now in Howe territory. And that is the gain of 16. 1st and 10, left to right, 5:38 on the clock in the first quarter. Sanders in the gun, man right behind him. And Sanders is going to read the read option, and he's met in the backfield. Another great play. Clay Marshall this time.
Clay Marshall.
I'll tell you what, when they run the read option, the Bearcats are going nowhere. They're going actually backwards on that read option.
They are, and you know, again, Cameron Blesseye in on that stop as well. He's having a game tonight already. 5 minutes left. He's having a good game first quarter.
2nd down and 14 for the Bearcats, left to right. Sanders in the gun, 2 receivers up top, 1 at the bottom. And he is barking now, wants to throw. Slings it out left side, caught. And make a move on the inside. A gain of 5, maybe 6. And that's going to be the receiver, Bradley Klinger. He's their leading receiver, the senior, and safety on defense. Makes the catch on the far side on the screen pass and kind of comes towards the middle of the field. And will gain actually maybe about 4. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 at the 37-yard line.
Winston Moss made the stop. Looks like Devin Porter checked in for Dyson Dillard.
4:21 and rolling here in the first quarter. This is a slot look, and this is going to be a quick hitter over left guard, and he fights his way through. This could be trouble. Breaking tackles, and finally brought down by Cade Courtney inside the 20 to about the 16 or 17-yard line on the far side. That was a double slot look, and a great run along the left side to break some tackles.
Good open field tackle by Cade Courtney. But, you know, again, you hate to see your safeties making those stops. You want those stops made at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like Andrew Reedy on the carry for the Bearcats as they come to the huddle now, come to the line of scrimmage as they break the huddle, 3:50 on the clock. 2 receivers on the left, none to the right, only the tight end, I formation. And Sanders from the 17-yard line is going to roll out right, looking down the field. Still rolling. Throws it to the first man he sees, and that's at the 15-yard line. The safety valve tied in. That's actually the back out of the backfield, and that's going to be Nolan Frith, and he just came out in the flats from the backfield and was able to help out Sanders in a gain of about 4 yards there.
Chase Barnett checked out just a few minutes ago. Caden Harmon checked in for him.
Ball at the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Bearcats. One man in the backfield, and this is the double slot look. Man goes in motion this time, and this time the Bearcats jump off sides. It was the right tackle, and you'll back this one up 5 yards.
Looked like number 72.
Yeah, it was Isaac Hernandez who jumped off sides. So that'll push it back to the 18. Second down and long coming up now for the Bearcats. 8th play of the drive.
Barnett's checked back into the game.
Started at the their own 46-yard line, now at the Howe 18. Second down and 11 coming up as the officials spotting the ball. Tonight, the officials out of the Dallas chapter, the umpire is Wiley Payne, the referee, Guy Jordan Jr., the head linesman, Jeffrey Glidden, the line judge, Brady Russell, and the back judge, Willie Odom Jr. Sanders in the gun with 2 men right beside him and twins up to the left. This is going to be a handoff left side. Lots of room to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Bearcats. Weston Hickman, the senior running back, takes it in from the 18-yard line right over left guard.
You know, that was a pretty good crew. We talked to that crew right before the game started. They got down there and visited. Justin, they have their eye on you. You better watch out.
So Whitesboro with a 6-0 lead early on as Hickman scores from 18 on a second down and 11 situation. And now they'll try for the PAT. It's through the uprights and good. 7-0. Whitesboro with our first score of the evening. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this.
You are invited to the one and only Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucks North Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnorthbarbecue.com. That's bucksnorthbbq.com. Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Michael Mosier inviting you to support your local Howe Athletic Booster Club. I may not be able to pronounce Enrique Camilero, but I can tell you that if he played for Howe, he would need your support. Memberships are $25. They're available at all home games. Your membership benefits not just high school programs, but also middle school sports. Please support your hometown kids, even ones that might have a name like Aljundo Nankinstater.
Welcome back. As the Tech Wave kickoff is in the air, it's going to be taken by Moreau. Actually, he lets it go through the end zone. And Howe will have the ball at their own 25-yard line to start here with 2:39 on the clock.
I don't know why I find that commercial funny.
It is funny.
I know your dad likes that commercial. Every time I see him, he goes, man, that's a great commercial.
Howe now at the 25-yard line. It was an 18-yard touchdown run by Winston Hickman. It was an 8-play, 54-yard drive. It took nearly 5 minutes off the clock. Harvey's going to hand off to Mason Riggs going from left to right. He outruns his lead blocker and will go down after maybe a yard. Is pulling from one side to the other. It's kind of hard to see way down there, but I believe that was Parker Blunt.
It was.
And Riggs kind of just got out in front of Blunt just a little bit. It's second down and 9.
Mason Riggs, he's pretty fast in the open field.
It was the kind of the reverse. We used to see Brent Masters run that similar play. Winston Moss moves to the slot on the right side. 2 men in the backfield. Heimel goes in motion. They're going to screen pass out to Harvey, who makes the catch. Gains about 6, maybe 7, along the far sideline up close to the 32-yard line, but he might have stepped out of bounds.
Complete to number 15.
And we'll see where they spot it. It's on the far side. So we couldn't see exactly where he was, but he apparently stepped out of bounds right at the 30-yard line, so a gain of 4. And now it's third down and 5 for Howe, 1:54 on the clock. Man in motion is Riggs again, and they'll fake the hand to him. And this time coming near side is going to be Heimel. And Whitesboro sniffed that out pretty quickly. They faked it to Riggs and gave it to Heimel on the double reverse.
Number 21.
And it goes for naught. Matter of fact, a loss of a couple there.
Tristan Gaines made a stop.
Ball at the 29-yard line, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt for the first time tonight as Hunter Cheatham stands at his own 16-yard line.
Punting on a cold night's not a good night either.
No. Cheatham's punt is a low end-over-end kick with a good Howe bounce across the 50 to the 45. Barnett there to kill it right at the 44-yard line of Whitesboro. A quick drive. Barely a minute off the clock.
Yeah, I bet you had fond memories of punting on cold nights.
Yeah, a lot of punts on a lot of cold nights. It was a lot of fun. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, what's that like kicking, Monty? Is that like kicking a cinder block? Punts,
it's really not that bad, and it is. The ball is a little bit, it is a little bit harder to. But for some reason, I always loved punting in cold weather.
I've got a memory I got to ask him about Justin in a few minutes.
Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but it felt like the ball would turn over a lot easier in cold weather. It may not have, but it really felt that way. 1st and 10, Whitesboro, left to right, man in motion as Sanders is in shotgun. He rolls out right, looking to throw down the field. And now he fires it, and it's going to be caught at the 35-yard line and out of bounds. Riggs in coverage, but it's going to be caught by his near side receiver, Noah Greisen, the junior receiver, and that's enough for a first down inside Howe territory at the 35.
I'm going to say I might have seen a video.
First down.
Maybe a video of Monty Walker and Lynn Burkhead in Florida, and Monty kicking without a shoe on. Barefooted? Maybe.
That was a long time ago. 1999, I think. Here is Sanders going to hand off. Actually, that's near side. And running the play there, it's kind of hard to see. Benton Novin was the ball carrier along the left edge. Is going to gain about 5 to about the 30-yard line. And we're close to the end of the first quarter. And I'm not sure we'll get another playoff. If Whitesboro hustles, we might.
Guys, these running backs run very, very tough. So, I mean, Bulldogs are going to really have to step up their tackling here tonight.
That was not Nova. That was another running back, and they have a plethora of them. Brooks Barker on that carry, and I believe that might have been the Wildcat, actually. They might have snapped it right to Barker. And this is Sanders, and again a tip pass on the left edge, and again that's Winston Moss. So twice tonight, Winston Moss was able to knock down a pass that Sanders wanted to throw to the right side. Incomplete, 3rd down and 5 coming up.
Bulldog defense is there. They're doing pretty good. A couple of small breakdowns in coverage, but other than that, they've done real good ball handling or ball control.
Really, it's been one big play, and a couple of big plays, but one topped it off for a touchdown. And this is Sanders on the keeper right up the middle. Not much doing there. And 4th down coming up. 4th and about 4. Sanders will cross the 30 to about the 28.
Andrew Griffin and Chase Harvey come up off that pile, and Harvey was connected to look like the running back.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Whitesboro in the lead, 7-0 here at Bearcat Stadium in Whitesboro, Texas. We'll be back right after this.
Carrie's Coffee Co. in historic downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office is the #1 coffee shop hotspot serving Bulldogs, Panthers, and mascots everywhere. Carrie's Coffee Co. offers a variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Co. in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Carrie's Coffee Co. is Texas quality.
Alexa, turn to HGTV.
Tune into HGTV on Dish. This is Fixer Upper.
It may be a gadget, but it sure is fun. You can change channels and search movie titles easier than ever with Alexa. The best part? It's free from Cavender Home Theater. Alexa, why wouldn't everybody have Dish from Cavender's?
I don't know that one.
Don't be left out. Call Cavender Home Theater today or go to CavenderTV.com.
I would imagine Whitesboro will go for it here on 4th and 3, and it looks as if they will. Sanders in the gun. That shocks me a little bit. Is they lined up in the double slot the last time, and we'll see. Sanders has two men in the backfield, one on each side, and this is the Wildcat again. Snap directly to Barker. He's got a first down along the far side, now moving right to left, and he has that far corner along the Bulldogs sideline, and enough for a first down. They'll spot it at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, he just barely got out of the outreached arms of Dylan Monroe. He got tripped up. He got to that outside edge and was run out of bounds by Cade Courtney.
Sixth play of the drive coming up for Whitesboro, as they're now knocking on the door looking for another score at the 18-yard line. Sanders drops back, still looking across the left side. It's going to fall incomplete. Hunter Cheatham in coverage, trying to hit his receiver coming across the middle. Clock stops at 11:48. Justin White down on the sidelines. You got a chance to probably hear what was going on during that official timeout. What's the mood of the Bulldogs down? Not sure if
can you hear me okay?
Yes,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're staying pretty positive here. Usually around this time of the game here in previous games, they've been kind of down by 2-3 touchdowns. They're still in it right now, knowing that they're only down by a touchdown. They're playing decent defense, only by a couple of big plays.
Here's Sanders. He's going to hand off first man through, knocked down immediately. Winston Moss playing a great game so far. He was the first man there, and no gain on the play. It'll bring up third down and 10.
Looks like Parker Blunt checked out and Garrison checked in.
But Monty, just to carry on there, I'm just saying that them being able to stay in the game a little bit longer just continues to build their confidence. And I think that's where they're at right now. Is they're only down by a touchdown, and aside from two big plays, they played okay.
Yeah, exactly right. That's a loss of a yard back to the 19. Sanders throwing the screen pass near side and sniffing it out quickly is Howe. As over on the far side, Bradley Klinger, or on the near side rather, Klinger made the catch. They set up that screen again, and this time Howe was right there.
Yeah, sniffed out good by Andrew Griffin, Ty Harvey.
So fourth down, and this time it's not, an automatic, as it's 4th and 7 for Whitesboro, but they're at the Howe 15-yard line. So they can either kick it here or they can try to go for it on 4th and 7. Right now they're going to let the play clock go all the way down to 1 and call a timeout and talk about it. Right now there's 10:29 on the clock, and Whitesboro's called a timeout. We'll take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this.
A word from Douglas Propane.
Working at Douglas, you are a member of the family. You do get to see Brad and Diane and the members of the family. We've just entered into our 3rd generation of the family. Whitney has joined as credit manager. You're in there with the family, and they treat you as such. We appreciate our customer base in Howe and surrounding communities, and go Bulldogs. Have a great year.
All Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back, as Whitesboro is about to attempt a 32-yard field goal, and that will be Klinger to attempt it on the left hash towards the north end zone with the wind, kind of a crosswind here. And the kick is a low line drive kick that he hooked to the near side, and it's going to be no good, and we get Eric Zagleski again.
We talked to Coach Gill before the game. It's kind of strange to look down there and see at this day and age see a high school coach wearing a cardigan sweater and a pink tie on a Friday night ball game.
Yeah, that is different. And Gill, who is somewhat legendary around here now, got here in 2006. Whitesboro had not been to the playoffs in 100 years. And in his second year, Whitesboro made the playoffs. Here's a handoff. Actually, Harvey's going to keep it and gain 2 yards over left tackle after a fake to the fullback. And I'm telling you what, I'm not kidding about my pen. It's frozen.
Stop made by Riley Dixon for the Bearcats. Boy, I really miss Steven. It's hard to keep up.
Well, you may have to help me here. I'm trying to find a pin.
I got one.
2nd down and 8 coming up. And let's see, Harvey gained 2. Harvey rolls out near side, wants to throw. Harvey makes the catch at the 28-yard line. A nice gain there. Not enough for a first. Going to be just shy. Maybe about a yard shy at the 29. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, see if that one works any better. It may not. I can keep looking here.
They'll spot it at the 28, which is 2 yards shy of the first. So third, they're going to have one crack at it here. Well,
is that any better?
Maybe. They'll actually spot it at the 29. That'll work.
Okay.
9:12 on the clock. Everybody tight. Handoff Griffin. Not going to get it. Right over right guard. And he's pushed backwards. And Whitesboro, every time Howe's needed a real crucial yard, they've not been able to get it. Whitesboro's been able to snuff out the short yardage, and it's punt time again for Howe.
Now, Coach Hudson talked about in the coaches show about this defensive line probably being one of the best defensive lines in the district, showing that tonight.
Yeah, no question. 8:42 and rolling here in the second quarter. And Cheatham on to punt again for the second time on 4th and 1. This is a high, wobbly kick. Going to be taken at the 37 and a fumble. And Howe may have it at the 41-yard line. And you talk about Air Sagleski. He looks like Michael Jordan over there. Howe has the football at the 42-yard line.
Parker Blunt come up with the recovery. Great to see a big man downfield making a good recovery there.
So a punt was fumbled. Who recovered it?
Parker Blunt.
And Howe has it at the Whitesboro 42-yard line.
That's a good turn right there.
That is a good turn. 1st and 10. Howe has not had breaks like that all year. They get one there. What can they do with it? Heimel wants to throw the halfback pass down the field. Wide open, Mason Riggs! And he dropped it at the 11-yard line. Riggs was wide open. It was right in his hands. And he was too wide open.
Yeah, Cameron, Mikey Heimel was, Brent Riddle was coming hard off of this backside edge. And Heimel just barely got that away.
Boy, that's one you'd like to have back. 2nd down and 10 coming up. As a beautiful play call. Go ahead, Justin.
I'm sorry, but as soon as that happened, then Coach Hudson was like, let's go. That's okay. Let's get back up here. Let's run another play. Everybody get back. Let's not worry about that one.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top, 2 men in the backfield. This is going to be a handoff right side Griffin, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe 1 and 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Noah Robinson in on the stop for the Bearcats.
Boy, Howe just can't catch a break. Every time they have, you think something's going to happen. Something bad happens right there, and that would have tied the ball game, one would expect. But I tell you what, man.
And it felt like here.
Uh-oh, we're starting to lose you. Uh-oh. Here's a handoff right side. There's a great trap play, and Griffin's going to gain about 3. But on 4th down, we'll see what happens for Howe. Obviously not in field goal range at the 37-yard line.
Great blocking by Jacob Howe, Garrison, and Devin Porter.
This is one of those situations that it's really not punt time. It's definitely not field goal time, and it's 4th and 5. So whatever you've got to stretch out the field here, maybe a middle screen could be the answer. 7:17 on the clock before the half. Whitesboro makes an adjustment, and it looks like a flag's been thrown at the 39-yard line.
False start against the Bulldogs.
So a false start, and now it could be punt time with the 5-yard penalty. So that'll back it up to the 42 thereabouts. They'll spot it at the 42.
I'm thinking they might have called that on that movement, Mason Riggs there on that outside edge.
So now they will punt. What a huge penalty that was, taking away an opportunity to move the sticks. And now it'll be punt time with 7:09 on the clock and rolling here. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Hunter Cheatham will stand at his own 46 at the Whitesboro 46. A high wobbly kick's going to bounce at about the 15. Take a good Bulldog roll. Chase Barnett catches it and kills it at the 5-yard line. So a nice punt by Cheatham.
And Chase Barnett always seems to be right there on those kickoffs and punts.
That was the perfect scenario. If you're going to go ahead and punt it away, that's what's got to happen. And Barnett was right there to kill it. They'll actually spot it at the 6. So Whitesboro 94 yards to go to pay dirt before the half here. And, man, I tell you what, if you're the Howe Bulldogs, you got to be feeling pretty good right now.
I would be feeling pretty good. They've done a real good job.
6:55 on the clock. Whitesboro coming back on the field. Send 2 receivers to either side and 1 man in the backfield. Scout Sanders in shotgun formation, and he looks near side, throws near side. Klinger makes the catch right at the first down marker. And it's going to be a little bit short, I believe.
Great coverage by Chase Barnett.
Second down and probably 2 coming up as they'll spot the ball near the 15-yard line, spot it right at the 14. Gain of 8.
Dylan Moreau checked out, and Austin Lee has checked in his position.
Same exact formation, 2 receivers to either side. In the gun now, man goes in motion. They'll toss it to him. Coming from left to right. He's got some room, lots of room. 30. Now it's a foot race to the 40. Barnett trying to chase him down at the 40. 35-30, 25, breaks Barnett's tackle. Now Cheatham grabs him at the 5-yard line to save the touchdown.
Flag on the play back here at the line of, almost to the line of scrimmage.
There it is. Is that one coming back, Justin?
I think that's on Whitesboro. I think that's an area of holding, I believe.
Well, it was a 2-receiver set, 2 to either side. Cade Acker came in motion, the sophomore came in motion from the left side and got the toss. And it was actually a toss.
Right.
It was the quarterback, Sanders, who just chunked the ball in front of him. It wasn't a flick. It wasn't a flip. It was a chunk. And he caught it across as he was going from left to right. And, boy, when he made one cut, he was gone. But Hunter Cheatham with a great job of tracking him down. But this one's coming back.
You know, that's as a running back, and I did a little of that when I was in high school a long time ago. That's what you liked, was the toss.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you were able to be in motion.
Oh, I love the toss.
Guys, what's bad about that is everybody had to run all the way almost to the other end zone, and because of the penalty, now they got to run all the way back over here to the 8-yard line with the ball spotted now.
Yep, second down coming up. 8 coming up. 6:11 on the clock. Moving Borough with 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top, and this is going to be the quarterback keeper along the left side. He's got the 15 banged down there, close to a first down, maybe a little bit short, as Sanders got to about the 16, as that's where they needed to go. No indication, and I believe they're going to move the sticks now. No, they're not.
That first down?
Whitesboro quickly running the next play before the chains could even move, and a loss on the play back to the 14. I'm not even sure they got the first down on the last play. The chains never moved, and then they made the toss, and then the chains start moving.
Right.
Whitesboro was in a hurry.
Everybody moved. Well, nobody moved but the down marker guy. Everybody else just kind of stood there.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 12 now as the ball spotted just outside the 15-yard line at the 14. 5:18, and the clock still rolls here in the second quarter. 7-0, Whitesboro in the lead. And this is going to be a handoff to the first man through, and the Howe Bulldogs are right there to make the stop for no gain, maybe a yard. And 3rd down and 11 coming up for White.
J.C. Heppenstall, Cade Courtney, Winston Moss in on the stop.
Tell you what, you can't ask for the Howe Bulldogs to play a better first half defensively than what they've played so far tonight. 3rd down and 11 coming up here, and Howe, if Howe can get a big stop right here on this play, they'll be in good shape to possibly tie it up going into the half. Shotgun Sanders drops back 3 steps, looking, floats to the near side. Under pressure, nearly brought down, but escapes the tackle. Now he's under pressure again and brought down at the 6-yard line.
Cameron Blessow on both sides of that. He got away from him the first time. He come back, made the stop before he could get rid of that ball.
What a tremendous play by the Bulldogs will put Whitesboro deep in their own territory at their own 6-yard line to punt this one away into the teeth of the wind. That's kind of a crosswind, but if it's crossing anyway, it's crossing right in their face. And this will be Klinger to punt this one away from inside his own end zone at about 5 yards deep. Andrew Griffin stands at the Whitesboro 42-yard line. A high snap. He brings it down, kicks it straight up. Great situation for Howe, and it goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Normal officials will walk back about 12 yards on that, but that line judge took it for what it was and said it went out at the 34.
He sure did.
Just can't catch a break, right?
You know, that it's a good break for the Bulldogs. That that's what they wanted. They held them, and let's see if we can make some points out of it here.
Howe has 3 minutes and 41 seconds to try to tie the game here right before the half. Moving left to right at the Whitesboro 34-yard line.
You know, we haven't seen a Harvey to Harvey yet.
We've seen one.
One. Okay.
Here's Harvey to Harvey across the middle. The ball is picked off at the 27-yard line, coming near side. And he's going to be brought down at the 47-yard line. It was tipped as Ty Harvey went up for it, and the ball went up in the air. And when he did, the Bearcat receiver, you knew it was going to be picked off because the ball was floating in midair, almost in slow motion, as if you knew it was going to happen, and it did. So a golden opportunity to put points on the board there is lost on first down, and the Bearcats have it at their own 49-yard line, 3:31 on the clock, and they'll have a shot to try to put points on the board here before the half. They're actually in better shape, much better shape than they were a moment ago. 1st and 10, right to left, 2 slots. And this is going to be Sanders barking, drops back 3 steps, looking for got a great block around the right edge, and it's going to be caught near a first down. It's going to be incomplete, rather. His receiver dropped the ball. It was going to be Acker on the right side along the right hash. And great coverage over there.
Yeah, great coverage by Mason Riggs. And, that's one of them passes that hits you right where you don't want to be hit, in the number.
Boy, the back out of the backfield got a great block on Blesseye. And it'll be 2nd down and 10, 3:26 on the clock. 2 receivers to either side. Sanders drops back, throws the middle, and it's going to be knocked down. A great play by Cade Courtney with his left arm. Just reached out and knocked that ball away.
It was one of them with almost a one-handed catch, and if he'd have caught it, he had a good 15, 20 yards down this side.
What an outstanding play by Courtney across the middle. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Harvey checking in for Chase Barnett.
Well, I tell you what, it's hard for me not to want Barnett on the field. I love him. That you got to find a place for that kid.
Yes, you do.
2 receivers to either side. And Sanders drops back 3 steps across the middle. Under pressure, steps up near side. Now is going to be throwing out of bounds because he had Dylan Moreau right in his face. 4th down coming up.
So we're back in punt, punt for Whitesboro?
No, yeah, I think absolutely you have to punt right here at your own 49-yard line because you don't want to give Howe the ball anywhere. Not that Howe has just driven the ball all over the place, but you don't want to give any team the ball. And when I say that, and they're going trips right. So 4th and 10, they're going to run trips to the right, 1 man in the backfield, and now it looks like they're going to punt. I didn't think there was any way they'd go for it on 4th and 10 at their own side of the field at this situation. This is a high spiraling kick, a great-looking kick. Bounces at the 11-yard line, takes a Whitesboro bounce, and killed at the 8-yard line. The perfect situation for Whitesboro now.
9-yard line.
That was kind of like a quick kick, I guess.
Well, they lined up in trips as if they were going to do something, and then they broke out of that. Well, the trip stayed in place, but the punter backed up out of the running back position and punted it away. 3:04 on the 2nd quarter clock, and Howe's going to take it at their own 9-yard line is where they'll officially rule it. Left to right go the Bulldogs. Tops black pants. Black stripes along the sleeves and black helmets, of course. Harvey goes under center, 1 man in the backfield, but Harvey's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper right over the left guard, and he'll gain a couple.
Chase Harvey.
Howe is content, I would imagine, going into the locker room down 7.
You know,
knowing they're going to get the football back.
Right. You know, and at this moment in time, this ball game has been a game that Howe hasn't played all year.
You know, if you hate to say, you know, if that ball was caught on the halfback pass, things could be a lot different right now. Here's a handoff over the left side, and that's Andrew Griffin, who goes across the 15-yard line to the 16, and the clock now is going to be rolling right about the 2:20 mark.
Nolan Frith made the stop for the Bearcats.
3rd down and 4, and a crucial 3rd down and 4 coming up for Howe, because if you can pull something off here to get a down and get kind of out of your own, deep of your own territory, you can come up with a play that you can do, you know, that you normally wouldn't do right here. Blitz coming. Harvey wants to throw, and it's going to be caught by Harvey at the 22-yard line. Turns around and goes up the field. 1st down for Howe at the 28-yard line. 1:56 on the clock.
Brent Riddle and Malachi Davidson made the stop for the Bearcats.
12 yards on the play, and now the clock will start with 1:54 on the clock.
It really is hard to keep up with these numbers and these kids with Steven not here. It's, boy.
Now having a hard time getting the play call, and now a man goes in motion, and that's Heimel. This is going to be a handoff to the near side back, and I think that's Griffin, but it doesn't look like Griffin. That might have been Heimel in the backfield. And regardless, the clock is moving.
It was Austin Lee on the play.
So the ball at the 30, a gain of 2. Howe trying to hurry up now. 1:21 on the clock. Still have timeouts in their pocket. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers to the near side. Harvey goes under the center. And he's going to fake the hand, and no one was there, throwing it down, and it's going to be incomplete. Nearly picked off again. He was trying to hit one side to the other. It falls incomplete at about the 41-yard line. 1:05 left on the clock here before the half, and it's 3rd down.
Brent Riddle broke that pass up for the Bearcats.
So ball at the 30. We'll call it the 30-yard line. Again, 1:06 on the clock. Harvey split out to the near side with his left foot touching the 30-yard line in Howe territory. 2 receivers on the other side. Harvey hands off to, I believe that's Austin Lee again around the left edge. He's going to gain several, close to a 1st down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And I believe if a timeout's been called, the clock didn't stop until 55 seconds. And I believe one has been called. The ball is spotted at the 36. Not enough for a 1st down. It is enough. Well, the clock's going to continue to roll. And now Whitesboro will call a timeout. We'll take one, too, real quick. We'll be back right after this.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Hey, this is...
Hey.
It looks like they are adding time back to the clock, possibly.
Well, I thought for a moment, I was wondering what was going on, because the clock stopped at 55. And then all of a sudden it started back up again. And now it's
the coaches were complaining that there was a clock stop. There should have been about 8 seconds.
Okay, so they took some time off the clock.
Yeah, the clock stopped at one point. They think that clock should have gone down a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now it's gone down 39.
It stopped at 55 for some reason. That's why I thought they called timeout. And now Hunter Cheatham's going to punt it away on a 4th and 2. And it's a high wobbly kick. Going to bounce at the 37-yard line. Take a good Bulldog bounce near the 25. And I think it's going to be killed right at the 25-yard line. Nice punt again by Cheatham to change the field. And Whitesboro will have it with 28 seconds left from their own 25. And we'll see what they try to do here. I'm not sure if they're content going in 7-0. I would imagine you'll see something here from Whitesboro. Yeah, if you're the Bulldogs, you need to be on your toes here.
Yeah, that I don't know that they would be content at 7-0.
No, I don't think so. They're going to send 2 receivers to the far side. Whitesboro moving right to left from their own 25. And the near side receiver is Klingler. 2 men in the backfield, however, is an I formation. And Sanders is going to toss right side, so they are content. And brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Winston Moss is the running back, Nolan Frith. And 20 seconds on the clock, and Whitesboro's called a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Justin, what's Coach Hudson doing right? How is he tonight compared to other nights? Justin can hear us, or maybe that mic is out of range.
I see him moving over there, moving closer.
Hello.
I heard it. I almost heard him.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. You're like the Verizon guy.
Yeah. He's coaching them up. I mean, he's like I said earlier, they're in this ball game. You know, they haven't been in this position a lot, but he's in the ball. He's coaching them up, and he's doing it on both sides of the ball. He's doing it not only on the defensively, he's calling plays offensively, but defensively, you know, he's letting Coach Siglesty make the calls, but he's also doing some coaching himself. They're on that defensive side as well.
2nd down and 9 coming up for Whitesboro as Coach Fry was doing some of the play calling a week ago. Had his glasses on down there, and we were trying to figure out what he was doing. He was calling some plays. 2 receivers to either side. Sanders in the gun, drops back, looks right side, fires, going to be caught, and Andrew Griffin in coverage and knocked out of bounds. I believe he got out of bounds, and that's not a good thing, but he got a first down, so the clock will stop momentarily regardless, but I believe he got out of bounds to stop the clock. Ball spotted at about the 38-yard line. Gain of 13.
Guys, just to note that it's not a good or bad thing necessarily. It's just something to note of. This officiating crew, you said it was a Dallas chapter. I believe this was the same crew that was at the Pottsboro game that we did a couple of weeks ago. I recognize some of the same officials. If you remember that game, there were a lot of penalties called that game.
Yes, there were.
Been pretty clean this first half, though.
Yeah, not so much tonight. Shotgun for Sanders. 3 receivers near side, 1st and 10, rolling out near side. Sanders looking down the field. Not a lot of pressure, but a big hit by Winston Moss on the receiver to knock away the pass. And a great job right there. Leaves 8 seconds on the clock.
I'm going to say that that pass may have bounced off of his helmet, but he was there to make the stop.
Well, a nice play there by Moss, who's having an outstanding game. And I tell you what, when the weather gets cold, it feels like a playoff game. And if I tell you, Howe's playing as close to a playoff game type game that they've played so far this year. This is a great game that the Bulldogs have played to this point. 8 seconds left to go before the half.
This does feel like a third week in November type game.
Absolutely. 3 receivers near side. 2nd and 9 coming up. And Sanders wants to run it right side. Look out. He's got midfield. He's got the 45 and gets out of bounds with 1 second left to go before the half. Picks up the first down in Howe territory at the 45.
Cheatham run him out of bounds there on that far side.
Bulldogs, 45-yard line.
Nice gainer there.
At this moment now, do you just snap the ball, let that one click go? And
No way. No way. You're absolutely firing for the end zone right here. Trying to do something. Middle screen, something. And now the clock. He didn't get out of bounds apparently, or did he? They're saying to roll the clock. There's only 1 second, and now it's gone.
Why would we roll that?
And now the PA announcer says, why would we roll that? I've never heard that before. The PA announcer is arguing with the official. I've never heard that before. Why would we roll that? And now Eddie Gill's wanting an explanation. Apparently, Sanders did not get out of bounds. They're saying that he somehow must have stayed in bounds and they stopped it to move the clock.
I thought he had gotten right out of bounds. I thought he stepped out just in time.
Apparently not. The officials are saying no. They're sending everybody to the dressing room. It's 7-0. Howe has played an outstanding game here in Whitesboro, Texas in the first half, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. We're going to come right back right after this.
Monty Walker, nothing in this town is a secret for long, but I've got one for you. I know you know all about Abby's Restaurant's Big Time Chicken Fried Steak, but this old bulldog can't get enough of their patty melt and grilled chicken patty melt. Just don't tell them where you heard it. Hey, it's a secret between you and me. Abby's Restaurant is Howe's own small-town, family-owned restaurant in the historic downtown district.
Don't tell anyone.
When life is at its most difficult, we surround ourselves with people who are kind, compassionate, and understanding. At Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory, Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are those people. When tragedy hits, they will work for you and take care of what needs to be done for your loved ones. For more information about their services, visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call them at 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Their loving staff will take care of you and your loved ones.
Welcome back as the Howe High School Pride of Howe marching band is about to put on their performance, and we'll let you listen to all of that. We'll go over this extensive score and drive recap. It's 7-0. It's not going to take very long.
That's right.
Howe took the ball, or Howe won the coin toss as Clay Marshall called tails and won it and elected to defer, which was a great situation right now as it stands. Whitesboro took the ball first, and Howe played great defense to start, forced a punt for the Bearcats, and that gave Howe the ball at their own 44-yard line. Howe was in great shape moving the ball, but turned it over on downs as they were stopped at their own 47-yard line, or at the Whitesboro 47, rather. Whitesboro's next possession ended in points as they drove down 8 plays on 54 yards and capped it off with an 18-yard touchdown by Weston Hickman, and that gave Whitesboro a 7-0 lead with 2:31 left to go in the first. Since then, nothing. No points. There's been a turnover. Howe got a great turnover, but wasn't able to capitalize. It looked like Howe might have been able to tie the game at one point on a halfback pass from Mikey Weimel to Mason Riggs, but the pass fell incomplete, and Howe got no points out of that. But the defense has been outstanding, Michael.
Yes, it has, and you know that this game's far from over. And they come out playing like they played this first half, and it's going to be a great ball game to finish this half.
Yeah, we were talking about the defense needing to step it up. That the offense is starting to turn the corner. A week ago against Van Alstyne, putting 27 points on the board. Looked great right out of the gate, right down the field, running it between the tackles. Weren't able to put points on the board out of that first drive, but you could tell that the momentum has swung a little bit on the offense as it's starting to pick up. And now, if you combine that with the defense playing the way it is tonight, I'll tell you what, it could be an interesting road the rest of the district play, and we could see a playoff scenario unfold right before our eyes. Okay. This is the Pride of Howe marching band. We'll let you listen to them. We'll be back after their performance.
The 2017-2018 Howe High School Varsity Cheerleaders. Captain Aaron Ansley. Lieutenant Peyton Ford.
You are invited to the one and only Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucks North Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnorthbarbecue.com. That's bucksnorthbbq.com. Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Michael Mosier inviting you to support your local Howe Athletic Booster Club. I may not be able to pronounce Enrique Comlero, but I can tell you that he played for Howe. He would need your support. Memberships are $20. They're available at all home games. Your membership benefits not just high school programs, but also middle school sports. Please support your hometown kids, even ones that might have a name like Aljundo Nakenstater.
Carrie's Coffee Co. in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the #1 coffee shop hotspot, serving Bulldogs, Panthers, and mascots everywhere. Carrie's Coffee Co. offers a variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Co. in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Carrie's Coffee Co. is Texas quality.
Cavender Home Theater has the latest from Dish. New customers get free movies and HBO for a year. The multi-sports pack with NFL Red Zone free and the Amazon Alexa free. Just refer a friend to Cavender Home Theater and we'll make sure you get one. Our Hopper 3 has 16 tuners, picture-in-picture with 4 screens, 2 terabyte hard drive, and voice control with Alexa. Cable can't do that. DirecTV can't do that. Come by our showroom or visit CavenderTV.com today.
A word from Douglas Propane.
We had received a call from Cable One back when Howe had the tornado come through. Their tower site back on the hill runs a propane backup generator. You know, my service staff got the call late in the afternoon. We tried to get up there and get the gas to it. The ground was too soft for our bobtail to get back there, so we put it in four-wheel drive, and we actually took 100-pound cylinders and transferred them into the larger tank until we could get the larger truck back there.
Well, it's 7-0 here at the half. The Howe Bulldogs have played an outstanding first half against the Whitesboro Bearcats. The Bearcat Band is about to do their thing.
The Bearcat Band.
And we'll let you listen to the entirety of that as they're just about ready to start the beautiful display. They've got a lot of yellow and blue out here in a swirl, and interesting to see. It's a nice presentation that the Whitesboro Band's putting on. We'll let you listen to it. We'll be right back.
Show entitled Blend, featuring the music Yellow by Coldplay, Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin, and True Colors, made popular by Cyndi Lauper and Justin Timberlake. Featuring soloists Maddie Acker, Abby Gregory, Johnny Sakula, and Austin Ward. The band will dedicate the blue portion of our show tonight to Miss Everly Ledbetter. Though she be little, she is fierce.
It's okay. It's warmer than it is.
Thank you to Denton Trucking, Gilbert Trucking, Holiday Auto Group for sponsoring the band.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Hey, this is Monty Walker. Nothing in this town is a secret for long, but I've got one for you. I know you know all about Abby's Restaurant's Big Time Chicken Fried Steak, but this old bulldog can't get enough of their patty melt, chicken patty melt. Just don't tell him where you heard it. Hey, it's a secret between you and me. Abby's Restaurant is Howe's own small town, small business, family-owned restaurant in the historic downtown district.
Don't tell anybody about their patty melts, because I want one.
When life is at its most difficult, we surround ourselves with people who are kind, compassionate, and understanding. At Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory, Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are those people. When tragedy hits, they will work for you and take care of what needs to be done for your loved ones. For more information about their services, visit scogginsfuneralhome.com or call them at 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Their loving staff will take care of you and your loved ones.
Well, what a great first half it was for Howe Bulldogs fans. And we'll see if the Bulldogs can stay hot in this very cold weather. Both teams have just made it back out on the field. And I tell you what, the Bulldogs are going to get the ball first. And if they can capitalize on this first possession and score points, it's going to be one of those where you just strap on your seatbelts, because it could be a wild ride. It could be a great night for Bulldog fans.
It could be. And it's not going to be a great night for our film guy here, because I'm going to throw him off. He didn't bring us hot chocolate. He didn't bring us a hot dog. He didn't bring us nothing.
Guys, welcome to the elements out here. When you're out here, out in the elements, out here outside, you don't get a lot of those luxuries of the cowboy nachos, the hot chocolate. Okay? Welcome to the outside, guys.
I mean, this is our film guy. He's wearing Howe. I mean, he didn't even ask. We're going to throw him off.
Hey, don't even bring up cowboy nachos right now. That's not fair. Don't even bring it up.
That's right, because I'm hungry. I didn't eat supper tonight.
I tell you what, those FFA Ag Boosters have really done. They know what they are doing with those cowboy nachos.
And guys, I looked at my phone here earlier, looked at the temperature. The temperature, I think, at least the wind chill has dropped. It's feels like it's gotten cold right here. According to my official phone app, it's 37 degrees out here, wind chill factor.
Well, we need to get a sponsor for your official phone app.
Official phone app of Justin White.
Yeah, the Tech Wave phone app.
There we go.
As we're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff here to start this second half. It's just about underway. It's teed up at the 40. The kick is a low line drive kick, going to go through the end zone, and Howe will start moving right to left from their own 25-yard line.
You look like Devin Porter and no, I don't even have a number for him. Number 23 for Whitesboro. Looked like they might have had a few words there at the end of that play.
It'll be first down and 10 for Howe, moving right to left.
I saw Chase Harvey warming up here on the sidelines earlier during halftime, and he's not wearing any gloves out there. He's long sleeves, but no gloves.
Well, good. A quarterback should not wear gloves.
Unless you're Peyton Manning.
Thank you, Jim McMahon. Here is Harvey dropping back, rolling right, looking right, throwing low ball to Ty Harvey. Who says he makes the catch? The official says no, he trapped it. It'll be incomplete, second down and 10 coming up.
No, yeah, that's one of them that could have went either way.
So the ball spotted at the 25. Howe doesn't really huddle up. They all look at the at the sidelines and trying to get the play. And now they look at their wristbands and they walk to the ball. Two receivers near side, and Moreau and Mason Riggs. Harvey all alone up top. 2 men in the backfield. This is going to be a handoff to Griffin. Coming near side, gets a few great blocks, enough to cross the 35 for a first down at the 37-yard line.
Number 3, Andrew Griffin.
Come off of that left side with, looks like Devin Porter made a good opening there.
12 yards on second down for Andrew Griffin, and that will move the sticks on a great trap up the middle. And now Heimel will come with Andrew Griffin in the backfield. Harvey wants to throw. Near side, Riggs caught it at the 45, 50, look out, 40, it's a foot race, 35, 30, 25, kiss him goodbye, it is touchdown time in Texas. Mason Riggs, 63 yards, and the Cali Vic PAT would tie the game.
That's a great passing catch by Harvey and Riggs.
It was a screen pass to near side. Riggs made the catch, and he is fast, and he was gone.
And this is going to be an important field goal right here, guys.
An extra point by Cali Vic. Ball spotted at the 10. Harvey to hold. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It's very short. Don't believe it made it, and it did not. And Whitesboro will remain on top. 7-6 with 11:20 here to go in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this.
You are invited to the one and only Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucks North Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnorthbarbecue.com. That's bucksnorthbbq.com. Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Michael Mosier inviting you to support your local Howe Athletic Booster Club. I may not be able to pronounce Enrique Comlero, but I can tell you that if he played for Howe, he would need your support. Memberships are $25 and are available at all home games. Your membership benefits not just high school programs, but also middle school sports. Please support your hometown kids, even ones that might have a name like Aljundo Nankinstater.
Hunter Cheatham on to kick this one away on the Tech Wave kickoff. Towards the north end zone, a high kick going to be taken at the 15-yard line. Trying to come up to the near side, middle of the field, makes a great cut, lots of room. Looking out to the 35 and brought down right there by the kicker, Hunter Cheatham, at the 35-yard line.
That's a great tackle by Hunter. Right there at the 35-yard line.
It was a three-play, 75-yard drive. It took 40 seconds off the clock. And the Mason Riggs catch from Harvey went 63 yards to bring our new score 7-6. Whitesboro still in the lead, but a great job by the Howe offense of scratching and clawing and getting points on the board there.
Did you say 40 seconds?
40 seconds off the clock.
40 seconds.
First and 10 for the Whitesboro Bearcats, left to right from their own 36-yard line. And this will be Sanders handing off to the first man through, met in the backfield. Dylan Moreau, the first man there, going to bring down, or actually going to gain about 1 yard. And it was again Barker, I believe, on the carry. That was Brooks Barker.
We got Clay Marshall, Dyson Dillard, and Cameron Blesseye on the line.
Two receivers to the left side, one at the bottom, and 1 man in the backfield. And a low snap. Sanders has to go back, pick it up. Under pressure now. He's going to throw it away, and it's going to be almost intercepted. We'll see what the official says. Eric Zagleski says it was an interception, and it is! Howe has picked it off! The bad snap led to an interception.
Picked off by Andrew Griffin.
Howe will have the ball at the Whitesboro 33-yard line.
Bulldogs will take over first and 10.
Wow, what a play, what a play.
Guys, as if this sideline couldn't get more excited. They were jumping up and down on that offensive that touchdown there earlier, and then to get a turnover like this, I mean, they're just putting a lot of confidence here on both sides of the ball for the Bulldogs.
Eric Zagleski almost jumped out of the stadium. Harvey rolls out right, wanting to throw it deep down the field. It's going to be caught first down at the 19-yard line. Mikey Heimel makes the catch. Bulldogs have all kinds of momentum here in Whitesboro, Texas, with 10:22 on the clock in the third.
Michael Heimel, first and 10.
Yeah, that's a great passing catch there again by Harvey and Heimel.
Harvey will come split out to the far side. Mason Riggs near side, along with, I believe that's Dylan Moreau. That's Winston Moss, actually. Chase Harvey under center, rolling out near side, wants to throw, slings it out, caught by Riggs at the 7 and down at the 6-yard line.
Open field tackle made by Cade Aker.
Harvey's pass complete.
Kason Todd for the Bearcats.
Chase Harvey, the sidearm gunslinger, like Brett Favre, just fired it out there, and Riggs made the catch at about the 10 and made his way forward to the 6.
They keep his up, keep the Bearcats on their heels.
Got to punch it in here. Offset I formation, handoff, and that's going to be Andrew Griffin. Started out over center, went over right guard on the trap, and that'll gain a yard to the 5.
Brent Riddle made the stop for the Bearcats.
Second down and 5 coming up. Second down and goal from the 5. And you like that play call on first down to get momentum. Even though it was a yard, it wasn't an incomplete pass. And here's second down with Griffin in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left side. Ty Harvey by himself up top. Handoff Griffin. Near side. Makes a cut at the 4-yard line. Down right there.
Griffin on the carry, tackled by number 9.
Riley Dixon made the stop for the Bearcats.
And now you can tell they're probably setting up on a 3rd and goal. Harvey all alone, one-on-one with Klinger up top.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, this is where you put in the call and just let out-athlete somebody.
Well, they're going to bring over a receiver along with Harvey. It's going to be Moss and Heimel. So there will be a lot of traffic on that side. So you can probably count out the jump ball here, but near side is Riggs. Rolling out right side, looking for Harvey in the end zone. Turns around, and it is touchdown time in Texas. However, there's a flag at the 6-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be a hold against Howe. That's a big penalty. So that'll wipe out the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a hold on the backside.
So that'll spot the ball now at the 14-yard line. Wow.
That's going to hurt.
Third down and goal from the 14. Harvey rolls out right, throws it over the middle. It's going to be intercepted and it's dropped 5 yards deep in the end zone. The safety back there went down to pick it up, Kason Todd, but it's incomplete, and now it's 4th and goal from the 14. That is a huge penalty. Anytime you take points off the board, that's the biggest penalty of them all, especially to the go-ahead lead. That hurts. So it's 4th and 14, and Howe has a shot here still, and this is Harvey time. You have to imagine 2 receivers near side, 1 up top, 2 men in the backfield, looking to Harvey, throwing it in the end zone. Harvey trying to chase it down. It falls incomplete, and looking for a flag is Ty Harvey over there, as there was a lot of bumping and grinding with he and Klinger, but no flag, and the ball turns over on down.
Yeah, it looked like Coach Hudson was looking for a flag there too.
8:13 on the clock. Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, Coach Hudson saying he's pulling his jersey off, and Ty was kind of complaining too. Coach Hudson pulled Ty off, said, let me do the complaining here.
Right. So Whitesboro.
But it did look like a hold.
Whitesboro dodges a bullet. I mean, the bullet shaved their eyebrows. And they retain possession, or take over possession here at their own 14-yard line. with 8:13 on the clock. Two receivers near side, one way up top over there near the far side. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, brought down by Winston Moss again. This time a gain of 2, and Moss is having an outstanding game.
Yeah, he's having a good game tonight. Chase Barnett had one of those a couple of weeks ago, and it's good to see Winston having a good game tonight.
Mark it officially a gain of 1 up to the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Clock rolling, 7:51. This is a long game. Maybe it's because it's cold it feels long.
Maybe.
Shotgun for Sanders. One man with him. Moves a little bit early, but Sanders rolls left. He's got lots of room. Going to need an open field tackle and gets one from Hunter Cheatham at about the 24-yard line. Right at the first down marker, they'll say dive forward for the 25. 1st and 10.
First down.
Yeah, we were down there on that field earlier, and it was a little, you're talking about how speedy it was.
It's a thin track. Yeah, it's cut pretty short.
It looked like it may have got him there.
1st and 10. Sanders wants it, looks left side, throws, and it's going to be caught. Another first down. Klinger makes the catch, escapes one tackle, trying to come up the far side, and he's going to be finally brought down past the 40-yard line at the 41-yard line. And another first down for Whitesboro.
Initial contact was made by Chase Barnett, and then he got away. Chase got up and run him down.
16 yards on the pass and catch from Sanders to Klinger, and a fresh set of downs for the Whitesboro Bearcats. There's a flag down, but apparently it's going to be waved off. And Whitesboro now kind of does the same thing as Howe. They don't really huddle up. They just kind of stand around to where they can all see the play caller on the near sideline, and they get their play. They look at their wristbands, and here they come. 1st and 10, 6:55 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Whitesboro leading 7-6. I got to change that. It's not halftime. And here is the end-around reverse coming from one side to the other. And it looked like it was going to be bottled up. For some reason, he was able to slip through and gain 11 yards across midfield to Howe territory at the 49.
Cade Courtney and Hunter Cheatham made the stop for the Bulldogs.
That's one of those plays that probably been stopped after about 3, but it was not. Here's a toss, far side. And a nice open field tackle by guess who? Andrew Griffin. And a loss on the play of 1, but a Howe Bulldog is down on the other side of the 45.
It looked like maybe Winston Moss.
So right now, the ball is spotted right at the 50. There's an injury timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back right after this.
Carrie's Coffee Co. in historic downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office is the #1 coffee shop hotspot serving Bulldogs, Panthers, and mascots everywhere. Carrie's Coffee Co. offers a variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Co. in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Carrie's Coffee Co. is Texas quality.
Cavender Home Theater has the latest from Dish. New customers get free movies and HBO for a year. Get the multi-sports pack with NFL Red Zone free and the Amazon Alexa free. Existing customers can get Alexa free too. Just refer a friend to Cavender Home Theater and we'll make sure you get one. Our Hopper 3 has 16 tuners, picture-in-picture with 4 screens, 2 terabyte hard drive, and voice control with Alexa. Cable can't do that. DirecTV can't do that. Come by our showroom or visit CavenderTV.com today.
Welcome back as Winston Moss limps off the field. It was his right leg, looks like. 2nd down and 11 coming up as the Bulldogs trying to turn back Whitesboro here. Howe had a touchdown a moment ago to take the lead, but it was called back on a penalty. Here's a screen out near side. It's going to be caught and almost intercepted by Mason Riggs. It was a screen pass out to the near side intended for wide receiver Noah Greisen, and it went through his hands, and Riggs was right there. I thought he was going to be able to pick it off.
Yeah, he was close. If he'd have got that one, there would have been nobody between him and Payday but green grass.
So 3rd down and 11 coming up for Whitesboro, who's just barely on the Howe side of the field at the 49-yard line, moving towards that south end zone. I formation as Sanders goes under center for one of the few times tonight. Drops back 5 steps, 7 steps, setting up a screen of some sort. Now throws it deep down the field. Looking, and it's going to be caught by Greisen, but was he out of bounds?
Oh, it looked like he may have been out of bounds.
They'll call it incomplete. 4th down and 11 coming up for Whitesboro on the Howe side of the field. This is generally punt time for any team, and Whitesboro will bring out the punt team. 6:07 on the clock here in the third quarter. Whitesboro leading by the slimmest of margins, 7-6. It was a Cali Vic PAT that came up just a little bit short, and that's the difference in our football game so far.
Yeah, it looks like quarterback had a face full of Austin Lee on that last play.
Andrew Griffin will stand at his own 16-yard line, and this one is punted away. It's a high kick. It's going to take Griffin back to the 1 and go into the end zone and bounce through the end zone, and Howe will have it at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good long punt, but he had the wind with him too.
Well, he did, and the wind is not as dramatic as it was earlier. When we got here about 5 o'clock, it was really gusty, but it's not quite as gusty as it was then. But still, he did have a little bit behind him, and now Howe will take it at their own 20.
You know, that looking down there, I'll get back to that.
1st and 10, right to left. Harvey goes under center at his own 20-yard line. And he's going to roll out near side, looking down the field, slings it across, and it's incomplete. Almost intercepted, and is it? The official says no, that it hit the ground. Boy, that was close.
That was close. You know, we talked about Coach Gill earlier in the tie and the sweater. He also does not wear a headset. He carries the plays around his neck on a card and doesn't call any from a headset.
Wow, 2nd down and 10 coming up for Howe. 2 receivers to the right, 2 men in the backfield. Riggs alone by himself to the near side. This is going to be a handoff stretch play to Andrew Griffin. Gets the corner, looks out, barrels over a defender at the 40-yard line and falls forward to the 45. A great run by Andrew Griffin. And you read an article this week about him in the Van Alstyne Leader, and I tell you what, that was all heart and soul right there.
That was great blocking downfield by Devin Porter and Garrison on that outside edge.
They're going to say he must have stepped out of bounds apparently, Justin.
Yes, he did step out of bounds here at about the 1-yard line. He got a nice little from the stands as well for that effort on that run.
So it's 11 yards officially on the play as he stepped out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Harvey rolling out near side, slings it for Mason Riggs, but it falls just short. He actually threw it about 3 yards short. Riggs had no chance as it skipped to him like a third baseman. Incomplete, 5:41 on the clock here in the – is it the third?
It's a third, yeah.
Man,
it's a third.
Man, this is a long game.
Austin Lee checked in for Andrew Griffin.
2nd down and 10 coming up. Offset I formation. And Harvey is going to hand off and a fumble. And looks like Whitesboro has it at the 31-yard line. That ball went right in the gut and right out of the gut of the ball carrier. It was Austin Lee, and it didn't stay in his gut very long. And Whitesboro now all of a sudden is in great shape at the Howe 31-yard line.
The fumble was recovered by Malachi Davidson.
Boy, that's a stinger right there. As I think that's 5:33 on the clock. And all of a sudden, Whitesboro's in great shape at the Howe 31-yard line. Uh-oh. It's all about capitalizing on opportunities. And we'll see what Whitesboro does here, leading 7-6. Sanders in the gun, 3 receivers on the far side, looking near side, and that's going to be Gryson caught at the 28, now running backwards, slung backwards at the 30, and it's Mason Riggs in coverage and the great open field tackle as he just grabbed a hold of him and slung him backwards. They'll spot it at the 29-yard line. Officially a gain of only 2. It could have been a lot more than that had Riggs not got his gloves on him. 4 down linemen for the Howe Bulldogs. And a shotgun for Sanders. And this is going to be the Wildcat running left side. Look out, and a great open field tackle by Hunter Cheatham on the far side at the 25. That one looked like there was lots of room right there for Frith, but Hunter Cheatham closed it up pretty quickly, and it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the wideouts went long downfield. Everybody took off with it.
3rd down and 4, Bearcat.
So the ball at the 24 with 3 receivers to the near side this time. Shotgun for Sanders, and he's going to run with it around the right edge. He's got a big seam up the middle, 15 to the 10, to the 5, over the end zone, and touchdown Whitesboro. It's just whether you capitalize on opportunities or not. And Whitesboro just capitalized on their opportunity, punching it in after the Austin Lee fumble. 4:20 on the clock, and Whitesboro now with a 13-6 lead, awaiting this PAT. And now it looks like they were faking the swinging gate. And the kicker will now make his way on the field. Snap is back. It's on the tee. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it's true enough. 14-6. Whitesboro now in the lead, or extends their lead, rather, with 4:20 left to go in the third. Lots of time left. We'll be back right after this.
A word from Douglas Propane.
I've been in the industry for 21 years. The other day I got a call from a elderly lady on the side of the highway that wanted to thank me because one of my technicians stopped and changed her tire for her. The service goes so much further than beyond propane. It's the mentality of the person that we have on our staff. We appreciate our customer base in Howe and surrounding communities, and go Bulldogs. Have a great year.
Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Well, the Tech Wave kickoff rolls into the end zone by Whitesboro, and Howe will have it at their own 25.
That ball was down in the end zone by Dylan Monroe.
It was a 3-play, 31-yard drive by Whitesboro, who capitalized on the Austin Lee fumble. And it was a 24-yard scramble right over right guard for the quarterback, Scout Sanders. And with 4:20 on the clock, the Whitesboro Bearcats have now extended their lead to 14-6 here at Bearcat Stadium in Whitesboro. And now Howe goes everybody tight, and this is going to be Harvey rolling out right side, slinging it down the field, and that one's almost intercepted. Thrown where Klinger had to dive for it, the safety, and it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Harvey's pass is incomplete.
Parker Blunt.
2nd down, Bulldogs.
Parker Blunt and Ricky Riley Dixon were both slow getting up on that play.
You know, this is the point where, I think you might pull that halfback pass out of the bag again right here and try to catch them napping. 2 receivers to either side, only Griffin in the backfield as Harvey will go under center. 4:15 on the clock, 2nd down and 10. Harvey drops back and wants to pass, looking right side, throws. Caught by Ty Harvey, the cousin, and it's going to be just short of a 1st down, but sets up a 3rd and 1. 4:08 on the clock.
It's a great pass and passing catch there by the Harveys. So you want to say Harvey brothers.
Yeah, they've basically grown up that way. 3rd and very short. It's not like he needs a long one. It's a short one, maybe half a yard, maybe a foot. Offset I formation. Harvey hands off Griffin coming near side, 1st down. Rolling and spinning for maybe 2 more, close to 40 at about the 38-yard line.
The free Andrew Griffin.
Like tackle made by Andrew Fletcher for the Bearcats.
1st and 10 to 39.
So he needed the 36 and got the 39 rather. Needed the 37 and got the 39. That's what it was. Harvey now rolls near side, throws, and hit as he's thrown. It could be a fumble. If so, Whitesboro has it again. They may call it incomplete. We'll see what happens. He was in the form of throwing the football when his arm was hit, and they're going to call it incomplete.
Ooh, got close on that one.
That was very, very close to being another turnover in their own side of the field. Instead, it's second down to 10. So the ball again at the 39-yard line. It's one where you just kind of count your lucky stars, and Harvey this time under center is going to gain 2 yards up to about the 42-yard line.
You can hear Coach Hudson hollering. I'm not sure, what may be going on. But
that was a definite situation where you wipe your brow.
Yeah.
Because that one could have been really ugly. Third down and about 7 yards coming up on this play with the clock rolling at 2:44 in the third quarter. Howe trailing 14-6. Need to get that momentum back here. Offset I. Handoff, Griffin running hard over right side. He's got some room and a first down near midfield at the 49-yard line. Move those sticks. 7 yards on the play for Griffin, who was shot out of a cannon on the play. Ball hugs the stripe on the right hash of the midfield stripe.
Griffin's coming up just a little bit limping here on that last play.
Is he still in the game?
No,
he's on the sidelines now.
Okay, 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the near side, and this is going to be Harvey keeping it around the left edge, trying to dodge one defender and does, spinning out of a tackle, maybe 3 yards inside Whitesboro territory to the 47-yard line.
I'm not sure they weren't possibly trying to run an option there.
Face Harvey tackled by number 3.
Well, I'd love to see Andrew Griffin get back in the game with the ball at the 47-yard line, getting close to the fourth quarter here, 1:47 and rolling. Second down and about 7 coming up for Howe.
Yeah, Griffin's just walking up and down the sidelines here, trying to walk off that.
So it's Austin Lee in the game at Griffin's position in fullback. Offset I formation, second down. Harvey wants to throw the deep ball right side for his brother Harvey, and it's going to be incomplete. It looked like he had a step, and he was going to be able to go up for it, but Klinger has played him well tonight. Klinger has done a great job for Whitesboro. Mano-a-mano on Harvey.
Yeah, and Klinger's maybe a foot and a half shorter than Harvey, so he's not getting him on height. He's just hanging well with him.
3rd and 7. Andrew Griffin still on the sideline. Austin Lee at fullback. 2 receivers to either side. Riggs down here at the bottom with Winston Moss. Rolling right as Harvey under pressure, escapes and now throws it down the field, looking for Heimel, and it's incomplete. Another great play by the Whitesboro secondary, as that one was just tipped away. Otherwise, Heimel would have made the catch at about the 15 and strolled in.
Yeah, that pass was broken up by Weston Hickman.
4-1 over the Dodgers.
So a 9-play drive goes for naught as Hunter Cheatham comes on to punt this one away, standing at his own 41-yard line. And it looks as if it'll be Hickman at his own 15, and this is a low kick. Going to take a good Bulldog bounce towards the 20-yard line and be rolled dead right there at the 22.
Looked like the official marked it, and Chase kind of bumped it with his foot. Like, are you sure?
That looked like an Adrian Beltre move.
Right.
Barnett just kind of tipped it with his foot a little bit, kicked it backwards just a little bit.
Let's move this back just a little bit farther.
So 1st and 10 for Whitesboro, left to right from their own 22-yard line. There's 1:11 left to go here in the third quarter.
I do that, of course, a lot. A foot wedge, just kind of kick the ball off the out of the bunker there into the.
Yes. Very similar.
You're talking golf now. Come on.
This is golf weather, isn't it? Right.
Offset I formation for Whitesboro as they send 2 receivers to the left. This is going to be a toss near side, and Harvey trying to make a stop. Can't do it. And the back, Hickman, makes his way to a first down run across the 35. A helmet flies off at the end of the play. But the ball is going to be spotted near the 35-yard line after a first down run by Hickman.
Number 2.
Looked like Andrew Griffin getting up really slow.
9, Cade Courtney. Resulting play at the Whitesboro Bearcats. First down.
14 yards on the run by Hickman, 58 seconds on the clock, and you're right, Andrew Griffin now is on the ground, and he's not going to get up. It might be cramps as he's holding the back calf of his right leg, but it doesn't appear it's any major injury at all that we can tell here, but we don't want to speculate. And you know, Coach Hudson's not sprinting on the field or anything, but it's enough for us to probably call a timeout because if we go to a commercial break, they always pop right back up. So let's do that. We'll be back right after this.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Hey, this is
Andrew Griffin gets up and walks off the field. First down I believe it's first down and 10 for Whitesboro, left to right. Ball at the 37-yard line. He got a good spot right there on that last play. So 15 yards.
You're right, Monty. This is a long third quarter.
This is. 58 seconds on the clock. One receiver up top by himself, two slots, and one man stands right behind Sanders, who gets it, throws a screen pass out left side. Barnett was giving him lots of room over there off the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be good for about 7 yards. And luckily it wasn't more than that as Barnett missed the first tackle, but the safety Cheatham rolled over to cut him off and actually move him backwards a little bit where Barnett could pick up where he left off beforehand. And now it's a 7-yard gain, bringing up second down and 3 or a long 4 with 22 seconds and rolling here in the third quarter. Ball at the 43-yard line. Near midfield, and Sanders gives for the first man through for a first down right at the 47.
Chase Hart had a good stop there. You know, you go back to Barnett.
Whitesboro leading 14-6 here at Bearcat Stadium. A great game so far. We'll be right back.
Monty Walker. Nothing in this town. I know you know all about Abby's Restaurant's Big Time Chicken Fried Steak, but this old bulldog can't get enough of their patty melt and grilled chicken patty melt. Just don't tell him where you heard it. Hey, it's a secret between you and me. Abby's Restaurant is Howe's own small town, small business, family-owned restaurant in the historic downtown district.
Don't tell anybody about their patty melts, because I want one.
When life is at its most difficult, we surround ourselves with people who are kind, compassionate, and understanding. At Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory, Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are those people. When tragedy hits, they will work for you and take care of what needs to be done for your loved ones. For more information about their services, visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call them at 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Their loving staff will take care of you and your loved ones.
It's fourth quarter time in Texas here in Whitesboro, and it is third down and 9 coming up for Whitesboro. As the Bulldogs, Andrew Griffin has been injured tonight, and I'm not sure of his return. We'll have to check with Justin down there to see what the situation is with Andrew Griffin, but he's not on the field right now.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of walking there on the sidelines, favoring that right leg, but maybe Justin can get a closer look.
Ball will be spotted as we're just now entering the fourth quarter. The officials taking their time as they're making sure this ball is spotted exactly accurate to where they had it. They're going to bring the chains out to the middle of the field.
Sorry, guys. I was looking at that measurement there. They were at the end of the third quarter. They were really, I guess, almost trying to decide if they're going to answer this or not. And it is going to be short. But as far as Griffin on the sidelines right now, he's just you can't tell really right now if he's coming back or not yet. He's favoring that leg right now.
So it's 3rd and 1. As I was looking backwards at the sticks there, it's going to be very close to a first down. Eddie Gill trying to figure out what he's going to do here. I love that old-time look, no headsets and, just the blazer. It's interesting. It's not normal for this day and age.
Yeah.
With all of that, this is what I want to know. This is what drives me nuts, okay? So they bring the chains out there to be all perfect and set it down perfectly with the chains, and now the chains are on the far side, and the guy picks up the ball and moves it over to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm not real sure. Coach Hudson he initiated all of that.
So 3rd down and very short. This is going to be an I formation for Whitesboro.
He was watching it very closely.
Now moving right to left. This is going to be a toss right side, and that's going to be Barker. Shot out of a cannon. Jumps over a defender for a first down. Is slung down finally, I believe, by Helpenstell, but he jumped over like Zeke Elliott at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, he launched over Chase Barnett.
Jumped over him into Howe territory at the 47-yard line.
Actually, I'm sorry. He looked like he may have took a leap over Winston Moss.
So it was from 147 to the other. And with 11:38 and rolling here, we are now in the 4th. This is going to be Sanders on the near side looking for lots of room to the 35, 30, 25, 20, makes a cut, gets a block to the 10, to the 5, brought down from behind by Chase Harvey. But there's a flag down, and we'll check this one. It looks like it's going to be coming back. It's a hold against Whitesboro at midfield, and it's coming back. So that's 2 big plays Whitesboro's had that's been brought back on the penalty.
Yeah, that looked like it may have been that number 77, Dylan Power. It looks like he's pleading his case, but to no avail.
Power is a very large man standing out there, as there is no doubt he's touching 300 or close. As this will back up Whitesboro back inside Howe territory, or their own territory rather, at the 45-yard line. Chilly evening here in Whitesboro in a long football game. This is one of those where you wish you were back in the slot T days. Let's get out of here about at 9:30.
Let's go. Actually, I might not be able to walk.
It is 9:32 on our clock here, and this is an I formation. This is going to be Barker coming to the far side. A great play by the Bulldog defense to corral him after maybe a yard up to the 46.
Initial contact made by Cameron Blesseye. He held him up.
It's one of those, where the Dogs have played so good defensively for the entire game, as Chris Garrison will check in for David Dyson, that you just hope that they can hold up as we get here towards the latter moment of this game with only 10:38 left to go. Still within striking distance, only 1 score down. Sanders in the gun, low snap, has to pick it up under pressure, and now is rolling near side. He escapes one defender and now corralled by Hunter Cheatham, who's had a great game, and about a 2-yard gain on the busted play for Scout Sanders.
Scout Sanders. Ty Harvey checking in for Chase Barnett.
So it'll be 3rd and very long. This is the prevent defense, I would imagine. That's why Ty Harvey's coming in. Anything thrown deep, Harvey can go up, knock it away, or pick it off. And he'll be mano-a-mano with the near side receiver. Shotgun for Sanders. 1 man stands right behind him. 2 receivers. Now 1 comes in motion. And this is going to be the reverse, coming to the near side. Lots of room. And another first down, it appears. Maybe not. Hunter Cheatham makes the stop, but it's going to be very close to a first, and I believe he got it. Over here on the near side, maybe by a yard.
You know, as
Move the ball
the
down for another Whitesboro Bearcat.
as Kate Aker went by
down.
Harvey reached up, grabbed him by the jersey on the shoulder pad, slowed him down enough for Cheatham to get there.
The Bulldogs,
So a
36
big
yard line.
pickup on the reverse. Picks up a first down for Whitesboro, and that's a crucial one. That's a big first down for the Bearcats. The receiver down on the near side is Bryson. And Howe showing a 7-man front. And this is going to be a reverse to the other side. He's got the 20 and brought down in the secondary.
Number 2, Weston
And I
Hickman.
believe that's Cheatham possibly again.
Carries
And
the ball
it
down
is
deep
on the
into
stop. And Cheatham's made a lot of tackles, and that's not good if you're a safety to be
Rudolph
making a lot of
plays
tackles.
Whitesboro Bearcat.
You know, and
First down.
on that situation, Andrew Griffin says, "Look, guys, I'm in."
This is Whitesboro moving quickly now. Toss near side to Barker, brought down by, good to see Andrew Griffin back in the game at about the 8-yard line.
8-yard line.
That's almost like
Timeout.
in baseball, like a quick pitch.
Timeout Bulldogs.
And that's what Whitesboro did to the Bulldogs. And Howe called timeout. Take a breather right here. We'll be back right after this.
In the fourth, the score.
You are invited to the one and only Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucks North Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnorthbarbecue.com. That's bucksnorthbbq.com. Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Back out on the field, 9-12 left to go in the game. As Whitesboro's knocking on the door at about the 8-yard line. They quick pitched, if you will, the Bulldogs and called timeout, and that gave Zach Hudson a chance to tell him to pull the chains and check on that, see if it's a first down or not. They will pull the chains, and it's going to be pretty close. Hunter Cheatham looks like he's going to check out of the game real quick. And it is.
You know, I wonder if that timeout too was just to kind of stop the momentum from Whitesboro, because they were gashing them there for 7-8 yards each last few plays. So I wonder if that was just to kind of stop the momentum there by the Bearcats.
Yeah, absolutely, and give them a breather. Howe's been on the field. Howe's defense has been on the field since the latter part of the third quarter on this drive. They're going to spot the ball exactly with the chain, and now they'll pick it up and probably move it on the other hash, which makes no sense whatsoever. But as of right now, they're going to leave it on the left hash. And Whitesboro comes up to the line of scrimmage, walking up gingerly, needing.
Second down and 1 for the Bearcats.
The PA says second down and 1. Down in about 4 quarters. Tiny quarters. Maybe 4 dimes.
Guys, and Andrew Griffin is in the game now.
Second down and very, very short. Yeah, this is where you probably look for a punch to the end zone right here on a pass, as it looks like they're going to be I formation with 2 receivers right, but I'd be looking in the end zone right here. This is going to be Barker on the pitch to the right side, and he scoots around the right corner into the end zone. Touchdown, Whitesboro. 8 yards on the toss to Barker. And Whitesboro extends their lead 20-6, awaiting this PAT. It's all about opportunities and the ones you capitalize on. .906 left to go in the game, and Howe still has great chance. There's a high snap, and somehow it got it back on the tee. Outstanding job by the PAT holder to get that one back on the tee somehow. I'm not sure how he did it, but it's good. 21-6, Whitesboro in the lead here at Whitesboro. We'll be right back right after this.
This is Michael Mosier inviting you to support your local Howe Athletic Booster Club. I may not be able to pronounce Enrique Comlero, but I can tell you that he played for Howe. He would support. Memberships are $25 and are available at all home games. Your membership benefits, not just high school programs, but also middle school sports. Please support your hometown kids, even ones that might have a name like Algendo Nakenstater.
Carrie's Coffee Co. in historic downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office is the #1 coffee shop hotspot serving Bulldogs, Panthers, and mascots everywhere. Carrie's Coffee Co. offers a variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Co. in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Carrie's Coffee Co. is Texas quality.
Boy, some Carrie's coffee sounds really good right now, as it is cold up here on top of this press box in Whitesboro, Texas. Here's the Tech Wave kickoff, going to roll into the end zone. Mason Riggs is going to pick it up 5 yards deep as the officials blow it dead. And Howe will start at their own 25-yard line, moving left to right on their newest drive with 9:05 left. Remember, tomorrow, if you're a Bulldog fan and you want to see the future, tomorrow at Bulldog Stadium will feature 2 youth football Super Bowl championships with your Bulldogs in both of them. The 3rd and 4th grade start at noon, and the 5th and 6th grade, who have won 28 straight, are playing at 2 o'clock for their 3rd championship title. And this is Harvey on first down, who falls over backwards, trips over one of his offensive linemen, and that's going to be a loss of probably about 3 back to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what happened there.
So 2nd down and 13 coming up. Yeah, the 5th and 6th grade have outscored their opponents over 500 to 26 in the past 2 years. So you might want to check them out. Here's a handoff right over right guard. And that'll be good for maybe 1 up to the 23, 24.
Andrew Griffin back in there at running
back. The 3rd down and 12.
So 3rd and 12.
Yeah.
With 8.
Hard, bum leg and all, just running between the tackles.
Yeah, 8:19, 8:15, 8:14. The clock is rolling, and you know, at some point here on 3rd and long, this is the time to try it if you got it. Offset I formation, 3rd and 12. Harvey goes under center, drops back 2 steps, looking down the field, finds an open receiver. Mason Riggs couldn't find the football. He looked up and might have lost it in the lights. It would have been a tremendous catch had he been able to pull that one down, but I'm not sure he saw the ball, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, that was a good pass. That was a good pass. Harvey was under pressure.
Was a great idea, too, and Riggs had his man beaten by 4 steps. Riggs can really run. So Cheatham now in punt formation at his own 10-yard line, and he'll boot it away. A wobbly kick will be fair catched and called for at the 44-yard line by the Whitesboro punt returner, which is Casey Todd. And Whitesboro has a fresh set of downs on their side of the field with 7:49 left to go in the game.
Hey, Justin, are your toes code?
No.
No.
My toes are good. I think it's my fingers right now that are. I'm having to switch hands during each commercial.
I ain't been this cold in a long time.
His microphone's a little cold too.
It is. And you guys look like snipers up there. I see
you know, we did share a Facebook selfie of us, and we were told we were the broadcast ninjas tonight. Here's Sanders on a first down run.
Great tackle.
Andrew Griffin come around the edge. Shoestring tackles him to cut him down after a 2-yard loss on the play back to the 42-yard line.
On the play, 2nd and 12.
That or y'all look like y'all are up in a deer stand there with all you're missing is the camouflage.
Yeah, except we're all black. We do look like ninjas.
Yeah, we do.
I think we're very ninja-like.
We could sneak up on somebody.
If I just had some cowboy nachos. 2nd down and 12. Shotgun for Sanders, man in motion. And Sanders is going to keep it around the left tackle. Blesseye right there to make the tackle. Blesseye immediately, and no gain on the play. So 3rd down and 12 coming up.
Clay Marshall checked in for Dyson Dillard.
Whitesboro not taking any chances whatsoever here, as they're content with a 21-6 lead. Don't want to make any mistake, as they feel like they're in great shape to try to just burn up as much of this clock as they can. Howe would have a tough time scoring twice, you would imagine, with only 6 points so far in this contest here in the fourth. Sanders throws it deep down the field, and look at that. It should have been intercepted by Kate Courtney at the 30-yard line. I said they weren't going to take any chances, but Courtney should have picked it off at the 31. It was right in his breadbasket.
It was.
And it falls incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I was looking for Andrew Griffin in his linebacker position, and he was actually back at about the 40, maybe running a way far back linebacker position.
Had Courtney been able to intercept that pass, he had green pastures to about midfield. And this will be a punt, high kick, almost got blocked. It's going to bounce, and on the near side, about the 36-yard line, it'd be kicked right there and downed right there, right at the 36.
Down.
So Howe now will start with 6:20 clock from their own 36-yard line. Bulldogs need a quick strike right here and an onside kick. That would be what the doctor ordered. Twins to the near side, 2 receivers to the left, 1 slot. Harvey looking near side, throwing, caught Harvey 8 yards, close to the 45-yard line, and the ball comes out at the end, but Harvey was down. So a good 8-yard pickup there on first down. 6:07, he didn't get out of bounds, so the clock will roll now at about 6 minutes. They're going to spot it at the 44-yard line. 6 yards from midfield. The Bulldogs in hurry-up offense right now. Harvey looks, steps up in the pocket, throws it, and it's going to be out of bounds and incomplete. And Chase Harvey was hit late on the play, but no flag as the official was right there. I thought for a moment out of the corner of my eye that they might draw a flag, but it did not. 5:43 as the incomplete pass stops the clock.
Yeah, Andrew Reddy got there way after he let that pass go.
A non-call, however, and it's 3rd down and 2 as there's trips to the near side. One way up by himself. Harvey looks, rolls, throws. It's going to be intercepted at the 48-yard line. Coming near side and taking it all the way to the house for the touchdown is the Bearcat Nolan Frith. The senior linebacker picks it off and takes it back. 27-6, Whitesboro extends their lead awaiting this PAT with 5:34 left to go in the game.
It's just one of them, you just can't catch a break.
Boy, you hate that for the Bulldogs. They just scratched and clawed. And boy, they played an outstanding game tonight, the first half and most of the third quarter. The wheels just kind of came off here recently, and the extra point is good. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Alexa, turn to HGTV.
Tune into HGTV on Dish. This is Fixer Upper.
It may be a gadget, but it sure is fun. You can change channels and search movie titles easier than ever with Alexa. The best part? It's free from Cavender Home Theater. Alexa, why wouldn't everybody have Dish from Cavender's?
I don't know that one.
Don't be left out. Call Cavender Home Theater today or go to CavenderTV.com.
A word from Douglas Propane.
My tenured drivers are 5 to 7 years, and then our combined experience, the benefit of the era that we live in is the smartphone era. Any of my staff have the ability at a moment's notice to pick up the phone, and my drivers can call my service staff, and my service can call my driver staff, and everyone can get a hold of us. And then we have a staff 24-hour answering service.
Riggs is going to take the Tech Wave kickoff. For the first time, Howe's able to return it from inside the 8-yard line up to the 30. A nice return there by Mason Riggs, and Howe will have the ball at their own 30-yard line with 5:27 left to go in this football game. It was a touchdown by Nolan Frith, the linebacker, who intercepted Harvey's pass and took it right back to the house from about the 44-yard line, I believe.
Yeah.
So new set of downs for Howe, but running out of time and down by 22 points. As this is going to be the end around reverse, but Harvey's going to keep it. Now wants to throw backside. It's going to be sacked. Rolling backwards to the 20. They'll say his forward progress stopped at the 19 or 20. Where are they going to put it? Now they're putting it at the 24.
Number 25.
So a 12-yard loss.
On the play,
I'll take that back. That's not 12.
45.
They're spotting it at the 24, so a 6-yard loss.
Graham Ledbetter. Second, 16.
Twins to the right, offset I formation. Harvey wants to throw again, slings it out. That one's batted away, looking for his cousin Harvey.
Harvey's pass is knocked down incomplete.
A nice play over there by the
Third
cornerback.
down, 16.
And that was Tyson Gaines, the sophomore. All these kids are pretty big kids. The tall and lanky kids over here in Whitesboro.
Yeah.
All the corners and safeties look about the same stature. And a nice play there, third down and about 14 coming up. Harvey drops back, looking far side, slings it out. That one's intercepted. That one's Barker, and he's going to take it to the house. Got a 30-yard interception return for a touchdown there. And Whitesboro all of a sudden adds to their lead, 34-6, awaiting the PAT. Back-to-back interceptions and pick sixes.
Yeah, I'm not, when it just goes not your way, it just goes not your way.
Did you say nachos?
No, I said cowboy nachos.
On for the PAT is low, and this time it's not going to be good. And
well, that's net finally got it.
Whitesboro's 34-6 lead will stand right now at 4:35 left to go in the game. We'll be back right after this.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Hey, this is...
The Tech Wave kickoff is about to be underway as Whitesboro's had their back-to-back pick six and now have up the lead 34-6. And here is the kickoff going to be taken or rolled, and Riggs has to pick it up at the 3. Now comes near side looking for a block and runs out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
Number 24 of the kickoff return, Mason Riggs, brings the ball out to the...
Ought to be an interesting interview with Coach Zach Hudson after the game, as the Bulldogs were in it to win it as late as midway through the third quarter. Whitesboro took the lead 14-6, or extended their lead to 6 with 4:20 left to go in the third, but it was 7-6 most of the way. 4:30 on the clock, and what's going on here?
I don't know.
I guess we're going to re-kick. There must have been a flag.
Flag on the far side.
I guess we're going to re-kick this one. So Justin White, the magic question is, are you up for a post-game interview with Zach Hudson?
I'm ready, guys.
You've been studying all week, prepping.
Yes, I've been thinking of all kinds of questions for a win or a loss, so I'm ready.
Doing push-ups, set-ups, getting ready for the post-game interview.
training. I'm doing training, physical training for the post-game interview.
Justin, run towards the road. Run towards the road.
Well, I think actually Zach Hudson would be very happy. You would think with the first half that they put together. And really, like I mentioned, it was midway through the third quarter before Whitesboro added another touchdown. I mean, just a great performance by the Hounds. And Riggs is going to take it at the 11-yard line this time. Bumble fumbles it a little bit, but keeps it. Now runs out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they played good football for 2.5 quarters. It's just kind of falling apart here in the last.
When it wasn't the
half.
defense, to be honest with you, it wasn't the defense. It was the offense that threw 2 back-to-back pick sixes. And sometimes it just happens that way. But I think you have to be very impressed with the way the offense has played over the past 2 weeks, and then especially last week, and then the defense really stepped it up tonight. And this is going to be Griffin again on the carry up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, look out, 40, 45, injured and all, and he runs for a first down near midfield. 23 yards.
That article in the Van Alstyne paper says it all. Now, Andrew Griffin's going to give you everything Andrew Griffin has every time he touches the ball or steps on that field.
No question. And he just stepped on the Whitesboro side of the field at the 49-yard line, so 24 yards for Andrew Griffin right there on that carry. Man in motion is Heimel, and this will be Griffin again over left tackle, and he breaks another tackle and runs hard, crosses the 45 to the 42 and 41-yard line. So it's all Griffin right here in the latter part of this game as we approach the 4-minute mark. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Harvey goes under center, fakes the toss, and he gives on the end around to Winston Moss, who's slung down. And that'll be a loss on the play of maybe 1. They'll give him forward progress and say he even gained a couple of yards up to the 40. Still short of a first down, but barely. So setting up a 3rd and very, very, very short for the Howe Bulldogs with 3:26 and the clock moving. Harvey's going to hand off Griffin, shot out of a cannon, first down to the 36-yard line.
Great block by Jaron Ing and Garrison on this right side.
So that'll move the sticks, and the clock will now move under 3 minutes. And Howe just trying to kill this one. Again, if you're looking for bright signs, the defense played really well tonight. The scoreboard doesn't reflect it now because of what happened on the pick sixes, but I'm telling you, that was a good game for the defense. Here's Griffin shaking and baking, and now the ball's on the turf, and the ball will be kicked out of bounds. Thankfully, if you're a Bulldog fan, and Howe will retain possession and actually pick up a first down on the fumble. But will they? I'm not sure on the rule on that. Where do they spot the ball? Where he fumbled the ball, and I guess that's where it's going to go. They'll spot it at the 29. So a 7-yard gain for Griffin sets up 2nd and 3, 2:37 on the clock. Harvey goes under center, twins to the left. Man in motion is Riggs. They're going to give it to him, and he's going to try to hit the corner on the outside edge. Makes a man miss, makes other men miss, and stops the clock as he goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line at about the 19. 10 yards for Mason Riggs on the carry. 2:21 on the clock.
To the 20-yard line will be first down.
Again, we talked about Bulldogs never quitting and never giving up and always fighting to the end, and that's apparently what they're going to continue to do tonight with 2 men in the backfield. Harvey hands off near side, and that's Andrew Griffin. Just throws a man down and runs over another at the 7-yard line. Andrew Griffin. 12 yards on the carry, and Howe is now inside the 10 with a 1st and goal.
Bulldog.
I'm not real sure I'd want to be on the other end of that punishing.
Well, he stiff-armed one guy down and ran over another one like a truck. And he's the only guy in the backfield right now. from the 6-yard line. Harvey carries it from the center and is going to make his way to the 3. So now 2nd and goal from the 3, clock at 1:55 and rolling. And Howe's going to try to punch it in to get a little bit, make the score, with a little more of a crooked number here. 3 receivers to the near side. Riggs all alone up top, and Harvey's going to keep it over, and is he in? No indication yet. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line, and now a flag comes in from the back judge.
Harvey takes the ball down to the 1-yard line, but their
The ball is spotted at the 1. Clock will stop at 1:26 on the clock. We're in the 4th. We're in the latter stages of this game. It's one of the coldest games that I can remember being at. Normally, I'm in the box, though, for the past 25 years. This is alarming. I'm not used to this. I'm used to either being on the field, playing, or in the press box where it's nice.
Right.
This ain't nice.
No, it's
so apparently the penalty was on Whitesboro. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in here to get some more points on the board at the very end of the game. Harvey drops back, and now he's going to hand it to Andrew Griffin, who jumps over. He's in. Touchdown time in Texas for Howe with 1:14 left to go in the game, and that'll put 12 on the board for the Bulldogs, but trail 34-12 awaiting the PAT.
They may be trying to go for 2 here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. After the last attempt at the PAT was not a good one, and now it looks like Moss will come as a slot back, and now he'll actually be a halfback with Griffin. Harvey goes under. He's going to keep it around the left edge, trying to push and can't do it, and the ball comes out. And now it looks like Whitesboro is going to take it from one side to the other, to the 30, 40, 45, 50. It's a foot race, and he's going to win it. This is going to be 2 additional points for Whitesboro as he crosses the goal line, and taking it in is Brent Riddle, but there's a flag on the play at the 37-yard line. Eddie Gill is talking to his one of his players over there and telling him, hey, don't worry about it. It was a block in the back. They're going to bring it back, but those 2 points will not go on the board. And there is 1:14 on the clock. We're going to come back right after this.
Monty Walker, nothing in this town is a secret for long, but I've got one for you. I know you know all about Abby's Restaurant's Big Time Chicken Fried Steak, but this old bulldog can't get enough of their patty melt and grilled chicken patty melt. Just don't tell him where you heard it. Hey, it's a secret between you and me. Abby's Restaurant is Howe's own small town, small business, family-owned restaurant in the historic downtown district.
Don't tell anybody about their patty melts, because I want one.
When life is at its most difficult, we surround ourselves with people who are kind, compassionate, and understanding. At Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory, Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are those people. When tragedy hits, they will work for you and take care of what needs to be done for your loved ones. For more information about their services, visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call them at 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Their loving staff will take care of you and your loved ones.
It was a 10-play, 63-yard drive for Howe. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown by Andrew Griffin. Our new score, 34-12 with 1:14 left to go in the game. And here's an onside kick by Hunter Cheatham. It went 10 yards, but it's also going to be picked up by Klinger. And Whitesboro will take over from their own 47-yard line. Finish this game with only 1:13 left to go in it. This is the 26th possession of the game, and that's a lot for what Howe has been involved in this year. Typically, it's about 18, 19, 20 in that area this entire season. And 26 possessions is just a lot of transfers of the football. You know, we go back to the slot T days, and it was more like 12.
Right.
Sometimes 10.
You kind of got spoiled, with the slot team.
Well, when you have drives of 16 and 17 plays, you don't have a lot of transfers of ownership of the football. And this is Sanders, who's going to hand off on the end around, and look out. He had some room, and thank goodness for Andrew Griffin, who tracks him down from behind. The ball carrier is Todd, and he's going to gain probably 6 yards on the carry inside Howe territory to the 48.
6 on the play, 2nd and 4 for the Bearcats.
Clock rolling at 52, and probably one more snap will do it. As the Bulldogs were very close tonight. At halftime you thought maybe just one possession. And that'll be the end of the game there, as the Bulldogs will shake hands with the Whitesboro Bearcats. Dylan Moreau goes over and shakes hands with 2 of them immediately, and now they'll line up and do it officially. And the coaches will come across the field and shake hands as well, as the clock still rolling. It's not even at 15 yet, but the Howe Bulldogs are moving to 0-8 on the season. Been a while since that's happened. Back in 2005 was the last time, to be exact. But the Howe Bulldogs went 1-8 that year as well. And next week the Howe Bulldogs will face the Pilot Point Bearcats in Pilot Point. We'll be there to cover that one as well, as the Bulldogs are getting ready for the school song and fight song, and they'll walk over with their leader and head coach Zach Hudson. They take their helmets off and will face the crowd and do what they do, and we'll let you listen to that. Battle of the bands there for fight songs. Justin White will talk to Zach Hudson after they get through talking to their players. Coach Hudson's going to tell them to keep their chin up. He is, and they will. And the Howe Bulldogs have fight and clawed all year, and they'll keep fighting and clawing. They didn't stop till the very finish tonight. Punched one in towards the very end of the game. The Bulldogs actually won the coin toss tonight and elected to defer, as they always do. Whitesboro took the ball at their own 27-yard line, drove it down to the 33, and had to punt. Just an outstanding defense in the first half of the game. Howe's as they drove down 4 plays and to the 47-yard line, went forward on 4th down and came up empty. Whitesboro took the ball at the 46-yard line and ended up scoring on an 8-play, 54-yard drive where Weston Hickman took it in from 18 yards out. Howe's next possession ended on a punt. Whitesboro's next possession went from the first quarter to the second quarter, and it ended on a 32-yard field goal attempt that was no good. Howe's next possession started at that 25-yard line, and it ended on a punt, but a fumble, and Howe took it. They had to punt again. Whitesboro, and they just traded back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was that 7-0 lead by Whitesboro that went into the dressing room at the half. And then Howe came out because they had deferred. They had the ball to start the second half, started at their own 25-yard line, drove 3 plays quickly, 75 yards. The big play was the Mason Riggs 63-yard touchdown from Chase Harvey, right up the near hash from right to left. And the Bulldogs missed the PAT and trailed 7-6 with 11:20 left to go in the third quarter. Only took 40 seconds off the clock on that drive. Whitesboro got it back and gave it right back to Howe, and that's kind of what happened. Howe had a chance and was looking to drive the ball down the field. An Austin Lee fumble deep in their own territory, gave the ball back to Whitewright, who took advantage of that and scored three plays later, went 31 yards, and it was a Sanders 24-yard touchdown to up the lead to 14-6 by Whitesboro. And that seemed to be the turning point in this football game. The Austin Lee fumble really, you don't want to pin it on one kid because it wasn't his fault. There were many opportunities tonight, but that really turned the game, and Whitesboro was able to capitalize on that and up the lead. And then it became a 8-yard touchdown by Barker to end 11-play, 78-yard drive to up the Whitesboro lead 21-6. And then Howe doing everything they could to try to get back in it and started, slinging the ball around. Ended up with back-to-back pick sixes. The first one was Nolan Frith, about 44 yards, and the second one was 2 plays later when Barker took it back to the house a very long way. Howe's last drive of the night was a pretty good one. Went 10 plays and 63 yards and jumped over the top of the Whitesboro Bearcat defense, which brought us our final score, 34-12, here on a very, very cold night in Whitesboro, Texas. I know the people that live in Colorado and they say this ain't cold. I don't care. This is cold.
Right.
I don't care what they say.
I never have probably the right thing to say, or sometimes even, the correct way. But I will say that I guarantee you that meeting that took place right out there just now was done with more class and dignity and love. They may be, 0-8, but 8-0, 0-8, they're getting the same thing from Zach Hudson. He's a great supporter, and he loves those kids no matter what.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. As Justin White's now making his way to go talk to him over there, and Coach Zach Hudson, it appears that they're going to meet as Justin White started walking that way, and now Ty Harvey kind of trapped him for a little bit. But let's see if we can get Coach Zach Hudson to speak with Justin White here. And now Coach Hudson is taking a moment with his girls and giving them hugs and everything else, and Justin wants to talk to him. We'll see what happens here. Another moment with the family.
With the family.
Yeah, I think he has taken just a few minutes with his girls real quick before Justin walks up, and we'll see what happens here. Still, it's high school football, it's family, that's what it's about, and here's Zach
All right,
Hudson.
guys. Coach, you played 2.5 quarters of pretty good football. What happened there in the second half?
Oh, just some bad luck, and it just kind of never turns our way sometimes. But we're in the ball game, we're moving the football, made some very slight adjustments at half, and then we just really started moving the football. We got down inside the 5, dropped a touchdown pass, just things like that. And we're not a very explosive team, and so we got to have those things. We can't get down. No team can get inside the 5 and expect to win. And happens. They go down and score. Our defense got wore out because they were on the field a whole lot that first half and played their stinking butts off all night long. A little revenge from last week. And I thought our defensive staff and kids just did an excellent job. Let's talk about 2.5. I say. And then the fourth quarter, we had to start doing some things, try to get the ball down the field just from some bad luck. And that's not us. That's not us trying to create explosive plays. We're more of a, grind it out team and, take our 8 yards. And it got to a point where we just couldn't do that anymore.
Defensively, you played one of your best games of the season. What did y'all do during the week as far as preparation so well?
Well, just what they do, plays into our kids' strengths a little bit, compared to what Van Alstyne and Pottsboro does. I just thought our kids, had a little chip on their shoulder from last week. And, the kids did, all of us did as coaches, and everybody did. And, you know, I thought offensively still got better. It's just one of those nights that we can't buy a break, you know, and you got to create your own luck. Our kids, you know, they come to practice hard, and they're getting after it. And, I mean, it shows by moving the football, by, you know, stopping them on defense. It's just, you know, we got to turn that on time.
Did cold weather play a factor at all?
Not at all. I think our kids like it.
Great. Thanks for the time, Coach.
All right, thanks a lot. Great job, Justin White. And, you know, what a classy guy Zach Hudson is. Come on and talk to us about that. And, you know, he's right. Everything he said was right, that they couldn't catch a break, and that's kind of been the theme of all year. You know, Riggs had the opportunity to catch the pass on the halfback pass early in the game to tie the game. It didn't happen, but that's okay. Those things happen. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
And they were able to fight back, and they eventually did tie the game, or close to it. They would have on the PAT. But however, you know, signs of improvement each week is asked for from the Howe Bulldogs if you're a Bulldogs fan. And I'll tell you what, there's no bigger Bulldog fan than this one sitting on top of this press box freezing his hind tail off.
Right. You know, class and dignity. You know, that's there's nothing else you can say.
Justin White, give us your final synopsis.
All I keep thinking is like, man, it's so cold out here.
Yeah.
I think they, you know, it's these last few weeks, you know, some of these losses, it's kind of, you couldn't get the offense, you know, the offense struggled at times, the defense struggled, you know, at the same time. You know, last week we saw the offense do pretty well and the defense struggled. Tonight we saw a little bit of both sides of the ball starts to play well. You know, the defense only gave up 7 points there in the first half. You know, and that in the second half, you know, we started off pretty well, and we saw some glimpses of the offense. So I think if we can ever, you know, Mr. Obvious here, but if we can ever get both sides of the ball on the same page as far as just playing well, I mean, I really think we give ourselves a good chance to win.
I think you're exactly right, and I think that's what's going to happen next Friday night in Pilot Point. We'll see the offense and the defense work together, and I feel like that victory light's going to be turned on for the first time in 2017 next Friday night. I just think that, matter of fact, the next 2 weeks, Howe's got a great chance to trip the breaker on that sucker, and I feel like they will.
Monty, one thing I was going to add too is that, you know, last week at the senior spotlight, you know, Ty Harvey talked about how the attitude in the locker room is the same now as it was last year when they were winning, you know, 7, 8 a game, you know, whatever the record was. 9 games last season. So that just shows the kind of determination, just kind of hard work that they have, is that, you know, whether they're 0-8 or 8-0, they're still playing hard.
Absolutely. And don't forget, tomorrow, 5th and 6th graders will be playing hard at Bulldog Stadium as well. 2 o'clock kickoff for the Super Bowl for the 5th and 6th grade. The 3rd and 4th grade will kick off at noon. They are in the Super Bowl as well. It could be a big day for Bulldogs. And what's going on with the band tomorrow?
The band will be in Denton at stadium there on the Loop. They will perform at 4 o'clock. They're going to hope for ones, and ones will carry them on to the next round of playoffs. I don't know what you call it.
Playoffs?
I don't know what you call it, but I know what they Miss Liss likes to say. They don't talk the place they don't talk about. So
yeah, I don't even think they spelled a word that starts with an S and ends with an E.
Right, but you know, I want to wish them luck. They've worked really hard on their program, and I wish them nothing but success.
And we wish you know, the Bulldogs success throughout the season. We'll be there to cover them no matter what. 2 games to go, 3 games to go, 8 games to go. Who knows?
Right. And hopefully only one more outside on a cold night.
I think we're going to be outside next week as well.
It must be cold.
And we'll probably have Stephen Braswell back with us a week from tonight.
Stephen, I miss you.
Hey, for everyone who's been a part of this one, including Michael Mosier and Justin White, who I kind of feel sorry for now because he's always on the sidelines. I know what it feels like, and I don't want to be down there. It's been a while.
It's okay in this when it's 70 degrees outside.
Yeah, this ain't fun. For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker. We'll see you next week in Pilot Point.
This has been a Grayson Publishing presentation.
Bills over a defender into the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Howe Bulldogs football has been brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Carey's Coffee Company.
The Bulldog fans are on their feet. Both sides at full throat. 4th and 2.
Howe Bulldog football is also brought to you in part by Bucks North, Abby's Restaurant, Attorney Micah Belden, and the Athletic Booster Club.